Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. I don't know if you want to start over, but we can if you want to.
I'm gonna shit them balls with the view strategy tester. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker right here that just dipped off. And that's what we had now. I done chose an indicator, alligators, my signal, my time frame, and fuck around and we at the model now, as you were saying, sir.
Drop down the model one.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to control points.
Mm.
And then you use date. And then go to 2018 1-1. Well, you can type the 2018 part right there.
Yeah.
If it's good, you can still go that way.
I was trying to type that, I ain't gonna lie to you. that whole start going as well. I was like, all right, bet then. You say the first?
Here we go to first, ain't no problem. And then the other one, you want to go down, press C to say today, 320 today. No, you see it?
Oh, right there? Yeah.
No, not that one. Go up one.
Mm-hmm.
And do it in there. Well, you could have, see, say today right there.
There we go.
Perfect. And then, so that's just like how you fill everything in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now just press start, because every time you press start, it's going to open up a new one. So just beware.
Okay.
Open up a new window. So press start and then press pause real quick so it doesn't play it. Yeah. All right. And so you can full screen that, by the way. And I don't know if you use the other stuff that's on the side, but you don't really need it.
Yeah.
So, like, from here, like, you can literally just, like, whatever your strategy is, you can just go ahead and start testing it, change the bar colors and stuff like that. If you wanted to add more indicators, bring out that yellow photo with the star, and you can drag them, drop over there just like that.
Oh, okay. You just drag them over there or hit the indicator list deal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you just add more. But you can turn them you can turn them to the bars. You can change the background, however you do it normally.
Yeah.
See, that's the part you can't do. See, and that's what I do. Yeah, you can't do templates though, so they don't let you do. I don't know why they don't let you do your templates, but you can go if you know yours by heart. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You can go over there and do some stuff or whatever.
So I mean, because I use the strategy tester, I've already changed my charts to green and black.
Yeah,
because it's not that hard. I mean, it's very similar to what you do.
Yeah.
And so I picked January because I was hoping you don't remember January, but I was just like, from this point on, using the strategy tester because I want to see how you view the charts, especially. But see, the thing is, you can't go from the 4 hour to the day. So I was gonna ask you, like, how would you?
Well, shit. Can we put that bitch back on day? Because I do a lot of. Can I hit stop and change the day and hit start again?
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing is, so like, you can't stop it. Okay, so go ahead, stop it. This is what you see. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, switch it to the day. Now press start. You get a new window.
Okay. Oh,
so then you have to go and do all the other stuff over again. But then try to see that the window that's got the 4 hour on it. Visual.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah. You see, you can't play that one anymore. I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, see, try to play it. See if it's doing it. Try to play it right there. Next to skip. No.
Oh damn! That's what you mean.
See, because right now you playing the daily one. The daily one's playing.
So let me close that one and then. Oh, okay. I see the daily one playing right there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just something you got to be aware of. And you can speed it up with the visual mode. 32 is the fastest. It moves too fast compared to 31. But 31 is what I use when I do it. But like I said, it's really just like a tester. I can show you how I did mine, but because I use the indicator, I'm able to explain mine a lot more. Like for you, I was like I said, you would just have to tell me like how you view the chart, and then where would you place your support and resistance, and then we'll just watch it play out together.
That's fucking. It's so wild. I remember looking at this whole. I was like, it looked like some other shit, whatever. But I've always been looking for like I won't say like a game, because I actually had some game on iPhone where it was like you got it kind of like you trade the stocks or whatever, and like you place one in, then it'll fast forward the next day, and they kind of do the same shit where it plays out like simulation, whatever. Then the next day you see you're right and wrong.
These are the real ones. Though.
I know. This is the real shit. It's like replaying it for us.
For you, exactly.
Whatever. That's fucking dope.
That's
so I can get on this bitch and I can like get as freaky as I want to with this.
Exactly. And so go ahead, Chris. I was gonna say, go ahead, change it because that shit look ugly. But no, that's exactly it right there. And they go for they work on every one of them, bro.
Oh my. Hold on, then. Let me get comfortable then. You know what I'm saying? Let me
Somebody else showed me this one, so that's why I was like, I just be, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out how to get better.
Yeah.
One of my indicators was lagging, bro, and was just repainting, and I was just like, bro, what the freak,
Oh
man?
man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I just know that when you press stop, or I'm sorry, when you press go exit out of that, because you know you'll get mad if you don't do it now. You gotta press start.
Okay.
Press start now. Pause it.
Oh no, pause it. Don't
Oh
stop
no, you good? You press start
it. Okay.
and then go pause it.
Right here.
Right. So you can delete the other two because you're not gonna need those. They're not gonna ever work again. By the way, just let you know. Just saying, because I
You
had
know,
like 30 of them one time, bro. Like I'm just letting you know. But
boys don't understand the type of shit you have to put in the MetaTrader for just
bro,
because
Penetrator 4 is
you
garbage,
know.
bro, garbage, fam. But okay, so if you want to now you can change your stuff, and when you press play, it's not gonna affect it. So you can
Okay.
change the background and stuff like that. Just know that when you do it, it's done. After
Yeah.
after you press stop, it's done. Then you gotta do that shit all over again, which is
Mm.
fine. I'd rather do that shit than like not have this at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now here's my question. So when after I hook up my screen and I unpause it down here, when it finished playing out, will I be able to kick this little green ball and come back and
Nope.
maybe hopefully it'll
Nope.
be done
Go
again?
ahead, try it now. Try it now. You can do it. Try it. I was trying to get Skippy over here, huh? No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So if I
Go
was
ahead, try those. Try for the recording, so people
you
who
know what
don't
I'm
believe me.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Just go with the scroll and be no scroll.
Ain't
You
no
know what I'm
scroll
saying?
back. I didn't see the indicator do it real quick, bro,
Yeah.
and be like, oh wait, how that happen? How that happen? Ah, bro, I gotta go back and redo the date. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Do that. Yeah, like
but
it's
see,
not.
this Zoom shit, bro, I record the screen and I be playing that bitch back like NFL highlights. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's
So
what you
what you
can
want
do
to
though.
do
See, success is for the I ain't gonna say the smart people, bro, but like resourceful people. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
resourceful like a motherfucker.
Resourceful, bro. That's just resourceful thinking right there. That's not for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna do whatever it take, go through whatever steps it take. Cause I remember when you was telling me you and your partner when y'all was going through the charts and shit, whatever, and it was like, I'm saying like you just really, researching shit, trying shit, getting your feet wet with this and that, whatever. If you ain't got that like that hunger for it, you wasting your goddamn time.
Bro, you know how much easier my life would have been if I had this particular portion of it? As many indicators I've tried thus far.
Man, this I ain't gonna lie to you, B. This is pretty fucking dope.
Yes, sir. Yes,
this,
sir. Go ahead
this,
and change it to make it look comfortable for you, because I know
you
it
know
gotta
what I'm
get
saying? I
it
forget
gotta
all the
get
way.
comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Don't mind me. Stretch my legs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I went to a real estate event today, man. I was going to try to get a meeting with you earlier, but I
yeah.
went to the one in Stafford. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Which one?
At the Redneck Country Club. The
Yeah,
one with
yeah. Dominique been saying we need to follow through there because they be buying the type of properties like the most fucked up ass properties we come across sometimes.
yeah, I mean, I do. I have a guy. Matter of fact, I have a guy who you probably need to reach out to as well. Who called me today talking about some he bought properties. As long as it got equity in it. Do they got equity in them?
You know it. I'm not gonna even try to get on a contract if it don't.
What I'm saying, because because it could need like 25, 30 year repair, and that kill the equity. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker. So
Yeah,
we was just going over this today with one of our bird dogs. Is the difference between getting a property on contract and getting a deal on contract, and we was just going
yeah.
over the exact same shit. Because at
Fact,
first, when you was getting the game, bro, you just want a motherfucking property on the contract. That's all you think you need. You got a
fact.
house, somebody to buy that hoe. It's only until you really start living in them numbers, you be like, bro, ain't nobody for the waste their time on
Not
this
at all, Papa. Not at all. You gotta find some dumbass buyers who gonna buy some shit if you think you're gonna get over with that bullshit.
hoe.
That like, because people think, well, and it's not necessarily wrong. You're just not taught. People don't teach you it. So
Mhm.
like, people think, oh well, if I get it at 70% of ARV, I can sell this to somebody. Like that's not the case. You really got to get the hoe at like 60, 50.
You know what I'm saying? A good deal, a very goddamn good deal, and you know what I'm saying? So fuck. See, I done lost my damn train of thought trying to
You
get this.
good? You good? You trying to get that honeydew right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you, like, okay, oh, there you
Now
go.
it's looking like your chart. Now it's starting to make sense for you, huh?
It looks a little beautiful, but just before it does, we just gonna back up a split second. Oh my.
We're trying to know where he at.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't stop trying to cheat,
I'm just
Clint.
trying to see. You know what
No,
I'm
you trying to
saying?
cheat, bro.
I'm
You
just
can't
trying to
look
see.
back, fam, because you know already this happened before, and
You
this
know
is
what I'm
your
saying?
pair. So if you start getting every one of them right, I'm gonna call you out on it.
I just want the, slightly, what's old is new and what's new is old. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. I
See,
got you.
I just want to top off a few little areas. I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
All right, Papa.
Shut up, Tiny. My wife up there making fun of me. Was blue as green? Was green as blue? Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so yeah, I just drew up the lines on the screen that I can see or whatever. So I just go ahead and push my play and let that whole bump.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can right now.
Let me let that whole bump then. You know what I'm saying?
And you can speed it up a little bit. The little bar that's next to it to the left.
Right here.
Yeah, you can drag it one by one. You don't want to trust me. You want to see the speed of it.
I ain't gonna lie to you because I would have left that bitch alone, bro. I got some popcorn. I'm gonna pop tonight to fuck with this.
I got you. Go to 31. That's the one I use personally. You see how fast it moves.
Oh yeah, it look. Oh man, that looked like Bitcoin on the mini chart.
Now look, if you go to 32, that mother gonna slide, skate. I'm telling you, so don't do it. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
Don't do it.
It's fast. You feel me? So don't do it to yourself.
Oh man, look at this shit play out.
I know.
We be having to be so. That had to be some news, crazy ass news. But look how it's playing at that support line. You go bounce, you go deploy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's fucking dope. Oh, it's sale. A mean ass wick. Where that wick came from?
On me.
Hold it down. Oh, let's stop loss in place.
So you would have got it in sale right when it broke through and closed, or what?
Right when that bitch wicked out. When that bitch wicked out and started going down a little bit more.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, look at that motherfucker. Ooh, that's
a strong breakthrough, though.
When I tell you, first off, either I would have been able to get out or my stop loss would have been caught right up in that motherfucker. You would have looked definitely, oh, my, look at it.
That's a perfect touch right there.
I'm trying to tell you, a perfect touch. Oh, you know it. Right there, I'd be sitting like a motherfucker on a day chart. Oh, you know it.
On me. There you go. Clint, stop cheating, though. See, you know this one already. You got to go the way you don't know, fam.
Man, I know, right? I ain't gonna lie to you, B. I want to go try different ones and just put a whole bunch of support and resistance lines and just see. Oh, that whole clearly breaking. Oh, well, look at that doji.
Yeah. It's a zone, though, so we got to see how, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, let me tell you about these zones, though. We ain't had man, you ain't get to talk about it, though.
Man, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks, man.
Yeah, I know. We were supposed to been talked about it, bro. I'm going to tell you what happened, bro. But when I show my indicators and stuff, I'm going to go over it.
Yeah. Oh, man, look at that whole wick out. Yep, you know. Oh, yeah, come on in.
Yeah, 4 weeks in one area. I think it's going down a little bit. Come on, let's see what it do.
Yeah, it's going short. It's going short. And let's see.
So I'm saying, we'll see because it could. You never know.
Look at it breaking up now. Yeah, that'd have been a mean time right there.
That tough.
Yeah, oh my goodness. And you know that right there, let me pause it. That right there, this little thing right here is I don't want to touch on it too much, whatever. But this little shit right here, it's made whenever
Your mouth's not moving. Your mate's not moving. Go ahead.
Oh, my shit not
moving. Yeah,
like,
there you go.
Yeah, right over here. This little gap right here. This is the exact reason why I stopped. I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be looking up a trade and I'll be like, okay, well, it's looking like the next area over here to this line or whatever. And, like, I don't necessarily ever ride to the next line. I just get mine as much as I can get. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to tell you, when we go over mine, I'm going to go more in detail on, because basically how even automated traders and successful traders, how they trade based off of T1, T2s, and T3s. Yeah.
And then also when is your T1s? You know what I'm saying? When's the most accurate T1? Now, even though we have market makers, and by the way, that course I sent you on YouTube, I highly suggest y'all watch it because he explained market makers in great detail and explain how they think and work. And although we live in a world where there are market makers, there's so many of them that they still play zones with us as well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the beautiful thing about it is that I could tell you, like, if it goes to here, it's gonna go here and turn around and then continue to keep going. Or if it goes here, it's gonna keep going and then come back and touch it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's certain zones that is the case. So support and resistance, and then zones in between. That's how. So if I didn't have indicators, that's how I would trade.
Yeah.
Basically. And it's about a 65% chance, basically, if you stick to the rules alone.
Yeah.
That one.
And see, that's pretty damn dope. I know a lot of times. I'll be looking at it and I'll be like, it's looking like, you know, we're going to go from here to here. And I'll be like, all right, well, that's 160 pips. Out of that 160 pips, let me get about a good 80 out of that. And I'll go ahead and find my lot size. That 80 pips is what
So
I'm
I
looking
think the first thing I do is I'll go over just my zone strategy first before I go over the indicators.
Yeah.
If that's better. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you like what I see as well. Because like me personally, like I feel like you can just do the day chart. I mean, the 4 hour gets so confusing because I don't think people understand. Like I feel like you do. I don't feel like a lot of people understand what the 4 hour actually means. Because I didn't understand for a while. Like was that six? That's 6 bars equals 1 day. Am I
Man.
tripping?
No, that's it. Yeah, that's 4-6. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So when you're looking at a 4 hour chart, you just gotta like kind of like trends are different because like it'll pop up for like 2 bars and then come back down and that's 1 day. So that'd be like consolidation on a day chart. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, in reality, on a day chart, you still could be in an uptrend. But if you get 4 or 5 bars that going in one direction, you may think downtrend, but that could just be drawback on a day. You feel what I'm saying? And then it could also be how the magnitude of how strong that is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be 4 bars in the same direction, but they were all like 10 pips. I mean, that's probably not the case, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
Tic tacs, you know what I'm saying? And then, but overall, the move is still gonna go south. So I mean, like, absolutely, like, you know what I'm saying? They're definitely, I believe in support and resistance, but I think the zones too also like help you create. Because like the dude had explained to me and how I just look at it now is like you want to look at the most recent. I mean, let me see your mouse if you don't
mind. Go ahead, sir.
He had said, "Can you see me now?"
Yeah.
Okay. So we will use only the most recent zone. So like, okay, you already had yours from here, right? But in actuality, based on this trend, because this was the downtrend, right? And it broke above this one, so now it's trending up. So this one is now outdated. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if it was going to be valid, it would pose, you know what I'm saying, somewhere right here.
Yeah.
But what you notice, it didn't pose as a support or resistance. It posed as a zone right here. You see what I'm saying? For which, as you see, it played in here. So if I was trading this from here on, you would have, okay, everybody would have taken this trade up to here. And I would say get out. You know what I'm saying? That's your take profit.
I'd have got the fuck out too, just because of the left.
Right, exactly. But just because of the left, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody says that. But you would also move your stop loss up so you don't ever lose. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think you're that type of trader too, from what I've already talked to you about.
You got damn right.
It came down here, right?
Yeah.
And then it broke back up. So the next thing that you say, well, there's nothing else to the left that really validates where this is really going. So this is one of those ones that, remember I told you take profit one, but you can also let the other one ride out.
Yeah.
But also what I want to say, because we can zoom, if we zoom in here, and this is what I mean by you can do it on a day chart. It's better on a trading view because they show a lot better.
Yeah.
But you have a zone. It was like right here. It's so hard to see on here, bro. But on trading, you'll see it. This is a wick, and this is on a 4 hour. If you pay attention on the 4 hour, and I can't go to it now, but this is a drawdown before it goes up. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so you put a zone right here, and if this line comes and touch it, then you're in for a buy on the way up. Does that make sense? And then say for instance, same thing for this one. It's like here's one where you could have put a zone and then it came back and touched it for continuation.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to play too far close to the zone, to the supports and resistance, because they'll come eat you up. Man. You know what I'm saying? And like that's how it goes back. So what I'm looking at for this zone right here, which is really like right here, honestly, but you could take this whole little area. If it comes down, you could take it and then set your stop loss. So if it does keep going, you would just go and trade with it the other way, kind of like what we talk about all the time. Yeah. But if it does come and just respect this particular zone, it's gonna come down to this point down here. This is probably one of the lowest points, not the lowest points, one of the lowest points, and then it's gonna go up. It's all optional. Ain't nothing guaranteed. You feel me?
Hey, but I tell you what though, like that's really surfing the market though, because as much as we can do, we do not know what happens in the next second in the market.
You don't. The only beautiful part about what I can say right here is that we know that it's trending up.
Yeah.
And so basically, this is another point I want to make. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. This is the only like yellow flag of saying that this trend could be over, because
Mm-hmm.
if it breaks this one, come back up and keep going, then now we're in the, you know what I'm saying, we started a new trend type stuff,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? But until then, this could just be a big ass drawback and then finally keep going, you know what I mean?
Just
But
like
I
the
think,
previous week. The previous
yeah,
week,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? How it was a mean ass week going up.
Yep, 1 and 2. And then also this could be like a head and shoulders coming soon, but we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? We looking at it from just this day. And that's why this is a good stopping point right here. Like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's literally all you see is if you caught this move, you saw this one down. But how did you catch this move other than seeing this? Like what made you say, well, yeah, I'm gonna trade this on down?
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know.
You feel me? But if you trade in trend, you know, okay, well, I'm gonna take everything from here up to here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking any possible moves from here up to here. And then once I get to this zone, I'm gonna just let it ride out. And
Yeah.
if I can make some bread, I make some bread. If not, I lose that at my stop loss, which is probably right here in the first place. You feel me? Which you ain't even touched yet.
And
So
that hoe had a very nice right here, a very nice little fake out. Because if you would have said, okay, well, if you would have missed this one right here, which is easy to miss, because this hoe looked like it all
I
came
can't
in
see
like
it.
what?
Show me your mouse. See it. See your mouse.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like right here, like, cause you can tell all this shit really happened in the instant. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's easy that a nigga would have been away. He could have missed that right there. So you would have really kind of let that whole wick out and play out like, okay, well, baby, I'm gonna ride up, whatever.
Yep.
If you was doing anything less than riding from here to here, you gonna be out of there. If you was riding from here to here and it was like, oh man, you came back and seen here, and the boys would have got out of there. Oh man, I'd have missed my
Let me
profit.
show you something though. If you caught this move, let me see your mouse. You caught this move right here. Say for instance, you took a chance. I don't know why, because I don't think I would have took this ever, unless I had my indicators on. I'm not that good yet. You feel me? But if you said, yeah, I'm gonna get in on any of this piece of this candle on the way up, your take profit one is right here.
Yeah.
That's the only spot. You know why it also is? Because this before we even talk about this shit happened, 1, 2, and 3, this shit happened.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that shit got you out your trade. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have a game plan on saying I'm gonna get out right here, this got you out. You feel me?
And I got like a piece of paper on the screen covering everything up except for that red one. At that red one, at the conclusion of that candle, of course, you're gonna look to the left. Oh, that bitch wicked out again. I'm getting out of here.
In the back of your head, that's a zone right there.
You know what I'm saying? Man, what?
Yep. And then that whole eight again, kept going, trending. So, and again, this is another point of, you see that it went to the zone, like you said, the fake out went to the zone and didn't even start trending yet until it's trended. You feel me? And still had a hard time breaking out. Like, 24 is terrible, I ain't gonna lie to you, because it doesn't really show a good job on how the candles, what they form and what they mean. If you watch this on TradingView, it made a lot more sense, I'll be honest with you. But they still tell the truth. Like this is a lot of pips on TradingView. Like the bars are not bigger and longer on TradingView. But the thing of it is, like, the story is still the same tale. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, until this zone, and this is a good point. It broke the zone. This is a fake out. This is this is them pulling it down
with their whole ass.
Exactly, with their whole ass, and with the wicks and everything, because it never came back down here. But because it broke this one, some people were like, "Oh, it broke this. Let's go. It's selling." Then they came and snatched you up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, because that day wick, oh my, oh yeah, that would have been definitely a time to that have got me. You know what I'm saying? And if it wouldn't have got me, that's why a lot of times I'm looking on the day in the week to set up my trade, but a lot of times I'll fuck around and close or begin on a 4-hour trade, on a 4-hour chart. If I see too much activity on the 4, I think this is an opportunity that the 4 would have saved me from the fake out. And if it wouldn't have saved me from the fake out, my risk management would have.
I respect you as a trader, and I think that's something that takes time to really understand. How is the 4-hour going to help me, and how's the 1-hour going to help me? But to like some people have to actually learn how to trade day alone or the 4 alone, because if they start mixing them up, they're not going to understand market structure and what they mean.
That used to fuck me up with the Bollinges. Early in the game, I used to switch time frames on the Bollinges just to fuck it all the way up.
Because I was saying, I think we talked about this before. The main thing is, like, if you learn how to trade the day structure-wise, just say, I'm trading just small trades on the day structure-wise, taking just the all I can get, basically. When you go down to the 4, you're going to appreciate it a lot more. because now you're gonna see, oh shit, at this particular zone, this is what the 4 hour is saying. You feel what I'm saying? At this particular point or at this particular support line, the 4 hour is telling me this, and it got me in a better trade than I would originally got in the first place. I no longer had to wait anymore or take chances. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what
So
I'm saying?
that's how I look at it. But if you want, let me show you. I can show you basically like my ration on long trading today, and I can show you how I see it with my indicators and how they work too. This is exciting.
I know, right? You know what I'm saying? I was just letting my partner know. He was hitting me up, whatever. Shit, go ahead, show away, good sir.
Okay. I don't. You let me stop your screen share.
Oh yeah, I forgot to stop and get back in. 1 second. Recording. Yep. Still recording. Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Let me get my notepad.
Yeah.
This feels like it. This feels like it. Hey, one thing though, man, business been picking up and business been good. But I tell you, as we on this journey of ours, whatever, you know, a lot. It's so many different things that play. You know, from putting shit together, the fundamentals, into keeping everything in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you know you're mentally in the right place for it to
I think that's
be
a
great.
very point. That's a very big point. Making sure you're in the mental of anything that you do. Like fuck, you know what I'm saying? Take a break. Let's outside forex, outside real estate.
Yep.
You working McDonald's, Bubba. If you working at a 9 to 5 corporate office, like understanding that you choose your happiness and you choose your mental state and claiming that, like that's so important that we don't talk about that enough. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we don't. We sleep on that. All hard work can do it. All hard work can do it. If you ain't in that place to go conquer, you gonna get conquered like a motherfucker.
Like a motherfucker, man.
Ooh, boy, I tell you, boy, it's real life shit, boy. You know, that week after I was coming off of being sick and I was getting caught up with everything, and I didn't realize that I was moving at a pace that was outrunning any, you know what I'm saying, I guess storms and stuff that was slowing it up. So when I got sick and it slowed me down and they put me like right in the midst of everything, I was like, oh, it was all this shit that was outrunning and this and that, whatever. And it was like, all right, what do you do in this situation? You know, this is not a situation where, you know, a supervisor coming in and shut you down or whatever. Man, I'm up around, logged off the computer, got me, you know what I'm saying, got me a little something to eat, got me a little meditation in, walked around the apartment complex and shit, came back in, stretched, you know what I'm saying, did a brain dump, wrote like 4 pages of to-dos and concerns and this and that. And when I tell you, it was so amazing to watch my whole groove come right back. I was like, oh, that nigga go, there you go, yeah. Yeah.
Meditation, yeah, brain dump. I like that too. Brain dump, trying to get all that shit out your head. Like, I think importantly, like very important, like we don't have counselors for grown men because you know you had them back in elementary and middle school and shit. But the brain dump is a form of counseling for yourself, like getting that shit out of your head on paper so you don't gotta think about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for sure a fact. And meditation and like one of my meditations is piano. Like I like everything from Beethoven to Mozart.
Bro, I almost cussed you out, bro. Beethoven is my dude.
Yeah, facts.
Or at least Moonlight Sonata. Oh my God, bro. That's my no. You know what's funny? I had to listen to like classical music because like whenever I jam like you know rap or whatever I said,
it gets you hyped.
You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I put the instrumentals on, but then all of a sudden I'll either start rhyming to my damn self or I'll be reciting or whatever. But whenever I put that on, I got a few little YouTube mixes that kind of go through a few of them. It really allows your mind to go, you know, wander over there.
Yeah, man. Like, that's so big, Clint. Like, I think you feel me. Like, you just like to be able to let your mind chill or just like, because you know classical music is for development of the brain anyway. And those hertz. I don't know if you have friends or if you're into the 8Z, the hertz, like 432 and all those. But like brainwave therapy is like very important for the growth and development of your brain. Yeah. I think like the 2 biggest things that like we actually as humans skip out on is like drinking enough water and actually taking care of your brain and feeding it the stuff that it needs. So like water is brain food. That should be the first and last thing you drink every day. And then also giving it greens and stuff like that. And then also certain sounds irritate your brain and shit like that. So it's like you're connected with the stuff around you. And that's why if you just do it in abundance, like rap music is great. And there's nothing wrong with it. But that high, whatever frequency that they use to make rap music hurts your brain in long extended amount of time. You see what I'm saying?
It's a lot of
And
confusion, a lot of noise.
yeah, a lot of confusion, a lot of noise for sure. But classical and all those natural sounds and stuff like that. That's why people like nature and shit like that. It's very therapeutic for your brain to give it that, just relax and growth and like you say, dream, imagine and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Facts, all facts. You know what I'm saying? And no, not just from some research as well, and just from actually experiencing it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, motherfucking working, and well, let me try to read on all this other shit. Oh, I can't read it. I can't read to that. Oh, I can read and thrive to this. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That shit really works, man.
Absolutely. Let me see. I'm gonna just go to the strategy tester first. Um, I I'm gonna go over like basically I'm a long trader first. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like my biggest thing I want to like talk about first. So I had an issue
That's the
with my
goal, baby. That's the goal,
right,
to be able to sit in them trades for a couple with a reasonable lot size that gets you somewhere nicely.
right. But the
Those are my
beautiful part
favorite
of it, I can make. I mean, and essentially like it's nothing wrong with how anybody trades, whatever
trades.
you're comfortable with.
Oh,
I
ain't that
can
the
make
beauty of it?
right exactly, and I can make the same amount of pips you make
Mm-hmm.
on any lot size. I might not make the same amount of money, but I can catch the same amount of pips that you make. But the thing is, like, I hold for a longer time, so the only thing that may get me is swap and
Yeah.
or how many times you change your lot size, because you may see a great entry and I may already be in, and then the only way I can get that entry is by doubling up. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I'm going to use. I'm gonna use AUD. I'm gonna use AUD as that's one of them I've been working with lately. It's not too bad. And then I do so zigzag alert. It gives me the tops and bottoms. It is best for day chart, but it works for the hours too as well.
Okay.
Tops and bottoms of every trend. And it notifies you this is a possible top or possible bottom. So lows and highs of the day chart. Period.
Mm.
That's powerful. I just want
Zigzag
to feel.
pointer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's funny as you were saying powerful. My ass was zigzag power. AK, that's my note taking voice. Zigzag pointing place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just pull that out the marketplace. I'll find it.
No, I can send it to you though, but I'm a little off the market. I don't trust none of the market shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But it is what it is. It is what it is. So zigzag pointer, I want to say it does. It doesn't necessarily lag, but it moves. It moves every time a new high is built. But you know how what a trend is, it'll go down and come back up. So when a point, if the last point is closer to the next point, it'll move and say this is the new top. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is you can't trade this alone. And I think everybody in this world knows who trades forex or should know you can't trade based off of one indicator. That's never, ever the case. They are not trying to make it easy for you.
At
right.
all.
But what I will do for this one specifically, because remember I told you I had 30. Remember I told you I kept pressing start and stop. I had like 30 of them. This is what happened to me one day. So I'm going to go through the process of what happened to me one time. All right. So I opened the zigzag. Let me see. Let me change it. And I was like, well, what if I just trade tops and bottoms alone? I got in at the top of the zigzag, and then I closed. So let's just say, and this is too late, but let's just say I got the zigzag signal here, and then I got in here. You know what I'm saying? This is top to bottom. And then let me zoom it up a little bit.
This shit's amazing. You got me fucked up. I'm about to be in this whole studying because we like that's the part about being a trader.
All right, here, come here 1 second. You see, I got a bottom. See how it moved?
Oh, okay.
So you would never. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, when do I do it? When do I get in? When do I get in? Because if it go any lower, anywhere within like I think it's like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, when do I get in? When I get in? When do I get in? You don't know. But you know it's a low though. You know what I'm saying? You know you're at the bottom of a trend.
That's what's that term for that? Bottom fishing?
Yeah, bottom fishing.
Mm-hmm.
So now you finally know, okay, well now it's going up. You know what I'm saying? This is confirmed.
It's departing away.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But look how late it is when you get in for a confirmed trend. You would have been good. You would have been scared right there. Been good though. Look, scared again.
That bitch bouncing.
Come on. Up. Yeah, you would have been out. Somebody would have got out.
Yeah, somebody would have got out like a motherfucker.
There you go. Then it came back, played with you. See what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So now you know here's the top of a trend. So therefore, this potentially this is the max. Is what they're saying. This what they understand.
And
Then
see that,
boom.
oh
They
yeah,
put it
because
down.
that wick, I'm a sucker for a wick. And that's why I always be having to compare them wicks to the weak channel. Because that's what helps me a lot too. That supporting resistance in the weak channel that's going on.
Yep.
Let me see, like, oh, is it really weaking out over here? Because I've been fooled before. Oh my,
Facts. So
another
hey,
hit,
that's
Joe.
the scary part. Like wicks do tell the tale, but sometimes they also like, they talk a little too much. You feel me? You
They
know what I'm saying?
really do. It'll be a lot of chatter because
Yeah.
it look like a nice little head and shoulder they're about to give us. Oh yeah, come on down.
So you see how you just can't use this one alone. You feel what
Uh
I'm
huh.
it gives you tops though and gives you bottoms, but you don't even know where the entry at. You just know the trend confirmation. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
look at that.
this is so fucking dope. This is so dope.
So let me just go ahead and
Oh,
stop this.
I'm gonna be playing
Oh,
around with this so tough. My God, was that a wick?
yeah, that's that news week that fucked everybody up recently. You see what it is? 24th.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the
Oh, I would have stayed away. It's funny because I'm always looking for wicks, but whenever I see a wick that dangerous, bro, I let that hoe breathe.
that's January the 3rd. Remember you? I know you remember that, bro. That's when
Yeah.
everybody was on the news. Like, what happened to AUD? What
You know what I'm
happened to
saying? I
AUD?
remember that because I was considering trading it that week based off all the news that I saw. You know
Yep, it fucked everybody up, Papa. Everybody, fam.
what
And the bad part is, market right now for a lot of pairs, a lot of people don't know is, and I only know this because of the indicators, it's in recovery. A lot of
Yeah,
shit just now recovering and still ain't got on the trend that it's supposed to be on yet. Right
man.
now, it's doing a lot of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like weak consolidation. You know what I'm saying? And then people
Hmm.
also remember the day and the month really the truth. So
Yeah,
why we looking at the day why we looking at the day in the 4 hour, the month and all of them could be at a point that really just acting up right now. You feel me?
yeah.
But
Man, that's
anyway,
all facts, be like the really. I mean, if you trying to trust anybody, you know what I'm saying, go trust that money. You know what I'm saying, and
exactly, exactly.
really though,
Let me ask you this
that's one of
question,
the
bro.
things.
You ever thought about, because right now you can go all the way back to 1970. You ever
Yeah.
thought about, bro, we only got so many years of this chart to better make some money, fam. Like,
Hey,
like that's just scary, bro.
ain't it
Like for
wild,
real.
B? Ain't it wild? I have it on the trading view where I have them like the dollar drawn up through the presidential years, and it's like, man, it's crazy that somebody lived and died right there during this downtrend or during this
Yeah.
uptrend or whatever.
Right.
It's like you better
Right.
take advantage and get in while they're getting good. You know what
Get
I'm
some
saying?
of that bread,
You know
spend
what I'm
some of that
saying?
bread. I have to ask myself too, like, at what point will I stop trying to make money and just enjoy it as
Yeah,
well? Cause you know what I mean. Like, you don't want to spend your all the way. Like, I'm 20, so I'm a little ahead, obviously. But for
yeah.
somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's 30, you don't want to be 50, 60 still trying to chase the bag. You kind of
Mhm.
want at some point start enjoying it bag. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I see a lot of remorse on workers' remorse, should I say? A
Yeah.
lot of people who tried to grind, hard and didn't really enjoy their path. Um,
For me, bro, I'm really thinking about it's one of them situations where you go from chasing the bag to truly manifesting the bag. You know what I'm saying?
right, right. I feel you.
The systems, what we able to do, that resourceful shit, that finesse shit, that be able to create it on the fly. We are supposed to use these opportunities and our success to create a system that pays us without that much strenuous
Right, right.
brain
Exactly.
power, physical power. So like really get this bitch on my favorite analogy to use is always when somebody they spinning plates. You know what I'm saying? All them hoes is wobbly at first, but eventually you just get all them going and he just tapping each plate. He just tapping each plate. You know what I'm saying? Get to a situation like that when eventually I can have maybe myself a property manager or two, a few other little people, whatever. Then,
Facts.
and then at one point I'll just ask myself the question: is managing these people worth it, or should I just go ahead and sell this business or these inches or whatever because I'm set and I've got these other things paying out or whatever. So it's like questions like that you have to ask yourself. But I've thought about the same thing, whatever, because right now I miss a lot of shit. My head be down in a tunnel. I don't be hearing shit. Nothing else matters. It's this. I got to do that. I'm going to need 16 hours today. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
tomorrow I'm not trying to do none of this shit. So I know the things that I'm missing now. And I see the sacrifices. Sometimes my girl will come and give me to the computer. And they used to be like, I'm working right now. Like, I'm hollering at you. I'm like, what am I not working? How many hours I done put in? Okay, this is the time I need to go ahead and get brought back to reality and let my brain chill from thinking on that shit. So when I come back, I'm a little bit more fresher. Hey, that shit's it's like it's definitely a journey. It's something we're gonna have to adjust to. Just like this when we riding the charts, we're gonna have to adjust with and find us a little system that work. I fucking love it
Exactly.
though, dog. I fucking love it,
No,
man.
absolutely same. No, I definitely agree with you. It's definitely a process and an adjustment. And like I mean, like life is a journey in itself. And I mean, like even to like I know me, you don't know each other that well in person and all that, but like to even like be on the same path and be this close, like that's beautiful in a sense.
Man.
And like a lot of people that don't really take the time to understand that portion of it. That's 8:28:17. Let me go to that part. I know you feel what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, completely, man. Just completely. And it's just like you said, like, not growing up together, not knowing, personal experience you went through and I went through, whatever, we
Correct,
could find
correct.
ourselves on a path. It's like, well, we're going to have to open our mind up. And, when it gets tougher, we're going to have to get tougher. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And smarter and not never resting on your laurels. You know what I'm saying? I always forever a student, always hungry. Like it's a lot of little shit that's like, it's amazing to be like, man, that guy's came to the same conclusion about how to work hard and do the shit. And whether we have different strategies, we came to the same conclusion that you better get your ass out here. You better make it happen, get creative and bold.
On me, and actually take action too. You feel me? I know
God
that's
damn
one
it.
thing.
Take
Um,
action, actual, not that fake shit, bro. Oh man, I be telling boys about that fake work and that fake action. Yeah, I
I
promise
heard
you, like
that
that's
right
fake work.
now.
That's fake work, bro. Like,
Exactly.
no, y'all, like we were busy today. What y'all do? Well, it was nah, that's fake work, bro. Nah, you ain't getting no shit done.
Oh yeah, busy work. That's what we
Yeah,
call
you know what I'm
busy
saying?
work.
Busy work.
Yeah, the substitute teacher work.
Son work. Ain't nobody grading that shit. Your shit ain't going in the grade book. No.
For me. All right, so two things that really had me was just like how okay, so now I'm looking at because this one lagged too sometimes. You will see as we go through it. Um, I'm thinking, okay, well, if I'm gonna just long trade, right? I'm just gonna long trade. If I'm just using because you seen me use this one before, right? I'm
Yeah.
just going and I'll point out this. I have a sell indicator on the top on a blue trend.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I'm like, okay, well, why would I get in if neither one of these are lining up? But you see how on this line they lined up.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
just
saying?
about. Yep.
So I got the red, and then I got the red change here. This one probably was red a little bit back here too because of the lag, but this is for sure. Like anywhere in here, you were good for a sale. This would be your drawback, but you could have got all the way down to here. You
Yeah.
feel me?
It gave you two signals too. That first one when it started to turn around, you're like, is this bitch really turning around? I don't know. And then you would have
Right.
been able to look down and be like, okay, it tested there again, but now look at my motherfucking indicator.
Exactly. So this is where the arrow, like you said, this is probably where it would have originally happened. Came down to here. This would not have happened, but this one where it would have came at. And like you said, and to explain what Clint is saying is that I would have saw, okay, is this really the bottom of the trend? Yeah, it is
Mm.
because both of them are lining up. And then, so I'm thinking to myself, well, what do I do now? Well, this is an entry. This is not just an exit. And I had a mentor tell me this: your exit and your entry, the reason to get out should be a reason to get in.
Mm.
That's how you can make consistent money in forex. Your reason to get out of a trade should be your reason to get in, not because you made a mistake and you
Yep.
wrote something too long. No, your reason to get out should be a reason to get in. If you couldn't enter the trade that you exit, then it's probably wasn't a good trade in the first place, or probably wasn't a good exit in the first place. But
Man, isn't that
here's a great
truth?
one who puts you on a great trend already, and basically because I already saw it, I cheated a little bit too. I
Yeah.
know that it's going up still, and so we'll just play it. So here's a case where okay, bet is going. What you thinking? It's gonna go down?
That show looking like it when it kind of wicked out all them little areas.
All right, bet. So here's one entry and here's two entries. And I
Mm.
use that because I do zone trading. So it's
Yeah.
like, here's one and here's two. So yeah, now it's going down, but you didn't know from here. You feel what I'm
No.
saying?
Nah, I wouldn't have known it all. The only thing, it's here, like right here too, would help too. And I know they don't let us switch time frames, or whatever. But when it starts, like when it was going down, and it kind of found that little place of like supporting it, like okay, well, is this bitch about to just continue this uptrend and go up or whatever? Like a lot of times, like it's perfect to go to that bigger time frame, the week, the month, and you know what I'm saying. See if there's any channel that's being respected, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying. Like that really, because like you said, like that 4 hour get noisy. Sometimes them hoes get a little noise, and sometimes it's just like you gotta let that hoe breathe. I love what that why you got out should be why you got in type of shit, because that means my nigga, be patient. Why
Be
you
patient.
you hopping in, you hopping out, you hopping in, you hopping out? You were tripping.
Right.
You need to let it breathe and weather one of these. Oh, it's about to come out, bro. It ain't even to the line. I have a problem doing that sometimes too, because I'll be a
Yeah.
willing profit and I move my stop loss up. And then like when it comes back down, it'll hit my stop loss, but it don't go all the way down to what my original stop loss would have been. And then it would have
Yeah.
just keep going back up. I found myself in that position a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just from
So
like that.
it's like a post move. So he kind of explained to me it's like a post, bro. And then it's like basically in a nutshell, like we have structure. This is structure, and then I have I call this is like a trend right here.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? This is the structure. If I put up the other chart, it's kind of hard to see, but you see how this trend here is different from this trend, but to see the whole structure was still up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you really want to look at it. And so I wouldn't if I'm long trading. And this is why I believe in long trading so much more, because you're able to really move your stop losses how you want to.
Mm-hmm.
If this trend right here, this still trend, so now the structure is going up. So this is confirmation, right? My stop loss would have been put right here, because it would have to break this trend, would have to break this whole structure for me to come get my stop loss. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
and
does.
so because I got this pullback up, it came down, and now I started this new trend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere around here, probably after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, you could have put your stop loss right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it would have to break this whole structure to start a new trend. Does that make sense, bro?
A whole bunch.
So that's how I would do it on a day chart, bro. And I can only talk for a day chart. That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
And then for this is one of the cases it's gonna get really weird up in here in a little bit. But again, sticking to the rules, and then if you stick to the rules, you're gonna make more than you lose. But I'm gonna show you as we continue to go next how I would have handled it myself, and then why I added the other stuff to my trades. To my strategies. But here we go. So we expected it to go down, right?
Look at that.
See what happened? Came back up to it. So you would have lost there, but you still would have got this whole trend at this new top.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you would have lost whatever you had right here. You could even put your stop loss really close, because remember I told you about the structured trend thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have lost on this one right here, and then you would have started riding it down now.
And this really goes on to show why risk management is so important as well.
Risk management is so important,
man, because you're gonna lose certain trades, but if you're just sticking to that system, even if you would have got hit out by that mean ass candle, your system would have got them pips back and more. You know what I'm saying? That 3-1 risk ratio shit, that'd have been perfect there.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Oh yeah, that bitch started kicking.
This is a very sideways channel right now, and now it's trying to break out to a new trend. See what I'm saying? See, this is a new trend trying to start out right now on the same structure. You feel what I'm saying?
That line right there, that's what I'd be looking at right there. How we looking? And if that bitch go depart or so, and it's still playing with it, wait for it, still playing with it, go up, go rider.
Let's see what you got. See what you got.
That bitch kicking it at that line.
Yeah, it wants to. I feel like it's trying to power up to go up, but a lot of it, like I said, the structure right now is down. So
yeah,
we got to see. Like I say, this is one of those ones. Like I said, they get really weird, but you got to stick to the plan. You feel me? And right now, everything is going down. You ain't got not one up arrow yet. No blues on the bottom line. Man. So why would you trade up? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
You know? She looking to blade.
Look at that.
Ooh, and look how to reject off that line.
Damn. It don't want to break out. Look at it, bro. This is a perfect example. Like, you just gotta stick to you, though, fam. Like, I don't even understand how people trade without them, though. Sometimes,
yeah.
This is so like, oh, it's going this way. It's going this way. It's going this way. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to tell you, because it's funny because I can see that little white line that is playing. I can see that. I'm just drawing up support and resistance. I can't wait to draw up support and resistance on these hoes and watch them hoes play out and through and break down why would you have got in, why would you have got out right here type of shit or whatever.
Thanks.
Doing a mean ass consolidation, all that little sideways activity right there.
Thanks. And how many different trends happen in the structure right here?
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, it'd been on a day chart. It'd been a couple 4-hour entries along that way to get in.
Mm-hmm. There you go. See, now that's the breakout. That's the breakout to the bottom, and the arrow came at the breakout.
Yeah.
So now you're looking for an entry in, but the confirmation is a blue on the bottom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how would you know without? You know what I'm saying? Because it's still a sale right now. Because if it keep going, it's gonna move. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
It was a beautiful, beautiful sale too.
Exactly.
At the it is nice. It promises that after the bitch pop up, you can say, "All right, it's either gonna turn around or the breakout is gonna be on now."
On me. Look at that.
And it keeps finding them new lows.
Bro. And now you know with this line down here, now you know. Okay, well look, it's aiming for new lows. Even though it's still coming up, it's time to fight it. It's still trying to find new lows. And until this one go blue, you don't really know, fam. Now it is underneath the center line. So that's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm actively looking for the next blue. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it.
Yeah, because it's just, like, I guess not letting the noise of the ticks confuse you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let that whole, bro, let that static be static. Let it ride down.
And I want to go over this one more time, bro, because I hope people really, and please put this one on YouTube.
Oh, you know it. I'm putting this one on YouTube to marry.
Market structure and market trend are so beautiful, like, to talk about, and so important. Like, understand what I said here. You see the structure based off of my indicators told me the structure has changed from this one on. You see what I'm saying? So we know this is an up structure, and it's gonna give me how many different trends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, consolidation trend, breakout, and then it's like 7 trends right there. You see what I'm saying? 7, 8 trends on one structure. You see what I'm saying? On one structure, a lot of opportunity. And you don't know which one's going to be big. You don't know which one's going to be small, but you know that if you get every structure up, like, you know what I'm saying? Say, for instance, you saw this one right here. And you're like, well, look, that's a re-entry. And I don't trade re-entries that often. Honestly, I don't think that's a good idea. But you can say, after this one up to here, and you got out because of this is a re-entry. Even if it came back and touched this, you still won.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You waiting for the comeback down. Guess what it did every time it came up and did a drawback? It touched again.
Isn't that
crazy? Isn't that crazy?
A lot of times, what's that rally-based rally shit or whatever, a lot of times they base it off, all right, it's going to come back and touch that base again. And a lot of times you see it come back and touch that base at least 2 times, sometimes 3.
That's what I said. Remember I tell you, that's what I was trying to tell you about the zone, because this is a zone, fam. Look at this zone. Look at them 2 wicks. You take it from the average of those wicks, the bottom of that body right there. And if it come in my zone, guess what I'm going to do? I'm buying. You know what I'm saying? And
right on in.
Exactly, bro. That shit beautiful. But you know what also happened back here that also, remember, it's easy to say now because remember this whole repaint, the error was right here. So the only thing that you had was the blue line that was going from red. See what I'm saying? So this is also a zone for which you would not have caught unless you were a pro trader. This wasn't one indicator would have gave you. This is one you would have been like, well, look, I'll take my chances and I'll set my stop loss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's very real with you.
And like before you leave that hole, what really is the tail of that hole too, because it's been going up on the on the stairway for a while, and then it starts to fall off right there, and you think to yourself, all right, if this bitch is falling off to, where are we going to? And the fact that it's slowed down right there, you'd have been like, all right, well, you must be getting ready to fall again. And the fact that it started going down again and they found another little support right there, okay, this whole might be bullshitting, y'all.
Right. And then what I was going to say for high risk traders was, so you saw this one, came back up, you saw this one. Well, guess what? If you did put your stop loss here, what was your first take profit? Right here.
Yeah, it would have been at the top right there.
And then you could have just let it ride out until it came back. You could have moved your stop loss up anyway afterwards, but you could let it ride out until it got to wherever you thought it was gonna go. You could have took your profit right here if you was gonna be. That's just high risk trading though. I don't really think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, these are all scenarios that happen within if you just stick with the buys, though, you see what I'm saying? Like, fuck the sales because you see it's on a buy structure.
Yeah.
Stick with the buys and try to get the best opportunities up. You see what I'm saying? That's how I play it. But anyway, so now we talking about second structure. See how many different you got: one trend, two trend, really consolidation, another trend, fucking four trend, 5, 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? Like how many different trends happen right there? A bunch of them. But look how small they were in comparison to how these ones were so much beautiful.
Yeah.
And they all was the same color. They gave you so many different colors and shit in here. Like you didn't know where to get in. You know what I'm saying?
It went down, but it took a sweet ass time.
Look at sweet ass time. We was over here baffled looking at it with the indicator.
Man.
So I mean, that's just like this is how it works. So again, even over here, we waiting on the blue. I think yeah, here it breaks out of this one, but it may still continue to go down. I'm not sure yet. And also, for me, I wouldn't get out until they actually both went the same color. So it was either take my be, you know what I'm saying? Say, look, be conservative and take my profits at the arrow, or take it when they both change colors. I would take it when they both change colors.
Okay.
So if this one came first and this one turned blue, I'll take it when this one turned blue. Or if this one turned blue and then this one was still waiting, and then, like, say for instance, it was right here, this one turned blue, but this was still going down, I'll wait until the arrow came and then get out.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then it's time to call it.
Okay, look at that. Look at that consolidation. This is another trend. These are just small trends that make consolidation. Trend, another trend on the same structure, bro. And you thinking like, at first you're thinking like, oh, this is a terrible trend. But after all these pips, bro.
Look at that.
The shit that you did get it up here, because you could have all these pips.
You know what I'm saying? 700. Come on, 700 pips. You can make that your whole week. That's whatever you need. It's whatever you need.
Me. And this becomes a lot more beautiful for when you get your accounts really, really big and really, really large. You catching the whole trend? Fuck all the noise.
Man.
Fuck all the noise. Only thing that
sit down.
Your biggest, here you go. You ain't right there. You ain't right here. 1 and 2.
1 and 2, right in that motherfucker.
So when you trading the whole trend, your biggest concern is swap man.
Yeah.
Swap man. Yeah, that's me.
Man, I can tell.
Biggest dude. Look at that. This is a beautiful reward for sticking to the strategy. Stick to the strategy. This is a beautiful reward. See what it does. How I play with you. See what it does. That's a very like stiff zone right here. I just want to make that believe. Look at that. It's a very hard zone for. You see how I respected it so much in there.
So much respect. It would definitely need to go ahead and you know that. And it's funny because
there you go. See, look. It had to get one. It's the only way it was breaking out, Clint.
Yeah,
it was gonna be one of those.
It had to be. It was too strong. It was like a strong ass magnet.
It was too strong. So look, let's talk about this again. Market structure, bro. Market trend. We had a trend up, a trend down, and a breakout trend, which is gonna end likely soon. These breakout trends typically don't happen that long, as you see. It's just quick like there. But like this is a perfect example, bro. Like Clint saw this, I saw this, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't gonna come out, and it's probably gonna come out and retest it before it continue to go up. But like this structure right here was so hard for it to break out, it wasn't going to do this. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna just keep. Now there's a slight chance to do, but I don't think. Clint, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't see many trends actually do that through hard zones. It's very seldom that happens. I don't never.
And if it does snatch up outside of it, like on a bigger time frame, it's gonna be a mean ass week when it come back to life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna come back and put some respect on his name. And it's funny because at that zone, that probably, if you were trading like, I guess you were like short and shallow, like back to the zone would have been the TP. But if you was long trading and you got in right there and you respected that green arrow, it's like my stop loss is slightly below there, you'd have just rolled it all up. You wouldn't have had
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain. With this particular trading strategy alone, my mindset is trade tops and bottoms only.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you would have been nervous here, and here, but you would have got this whole move. You would have got this trend and would have been happy. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not a whole bunch. I understand that. It's not 1,000 that you see on YouTube that they be talking about. My bad.
Fuck what they
But
talking
man,
about, though,
bro,
dog. That
720, and and this is what difference between what I'm telling you and what the people on YouTube. This is a real 680 or 82 that you could have really made. I'm not even fronting on you. This is a legit one. You would have lost a little bit right here, but you would have made 682. I'm sorry, 682 for real. No cap. Like that's a trend. That's a trade that somebody could have literally took. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about it,
bro. Because Rome wasn't built in a day. You know that I've really learned, and it's funny because a lot of people when I say that they think that like, well, nigga, I'm trying to get on. You must not trying to get on. You just, you know, and I'm like, no, you
I'm
know,
trying to get on.
on. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like, okay, what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let that bitch ride. I'm gonna be a little bit more patient. You know, I'm gonna learn a little bit more about it. That is the real shit there. 672 pips and taking your profit when you see your dub, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times for me, because I'll be getting caught up and I'm riding over here, I'm riding over there, I'll have to really look and see, like, bro, you are up 20, 30% on the account. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, well, let me go ahead and take my profit. Oh, you can clear the trade. Like, that's you were looking for a dub. And maybe I'll let that whole continue to ride till I see it all the way turn around. And that's why a lot of times that if you don't got multiple accounts, just those multiple trades, you know what I'm saying, where you're able to have, I'm gonna let you ride the trend. I'll let you take profit on the something, because a lot of times my biggest lot sizes, them hoes take profit, but the point
Small ones make you
I'm
more
trying to
money.
tell you, bro, that hoe was riding.
But and that's what I mean. We can do a conversation on that one clear, or really, I don't need to. If you go to the course, he talks about that a lot. I think he only opens 2, but you can do 3. 2 is a good one. Take half of your position that you're gonna take. Mm-hmm. So I mean, and like I say, what Clint said is different. Clint's taking his large trade first, and then 2 small ones. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking his large trade first and 2 small ones. He's taking 2 small ones, so therefore he could take a take profit 2 and a take profit 3. The guy that I'm suggesting the course online, he takes in 2 halves, right, to make a whole trade. So he'll take one to his take profit 1, and then let the other one ride out, and then he moves the stop loss up to break even. So therefore, he cannot lose his trade at all.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Shit.
At all. You see what I'm saying? And neither does Clint. And on Clint's one, he doesn't either, but it keeps it really, really short and simple for people like me who have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fucking ones open. And then not just on this one, but for also motherfucking me FX Glory as well. You see what I'm saying? So that's like 7, 8, 9, you know what I'm saying, 10 different pairs. So keeping it real simple and understanding, and also knowing how much you're supposed to leverage based off of your account and shit like that too. You'll be amazed on how quick you can actually build your account by just sticking to the strategy and open up halves and halves and halves.
I promise.
Just think about how quickly you lose your shit.
Yeah, I know, right? You know, from just, you know, throwing shit in, throwing shit out or whatever. Taking your time, man, it really helps so much. And I know for a while, because that emotional sense to money be so tight that I know for a while, like I know people don't be wanting to hear it, but I tell anybody like starting off after they finally got the confidence to get into the live and do their thing, whatever, it's like, bro, if you can master the discipline of just do .01s right now, bro. Just focus on the pips.
Oh, that's what
Let
I was
the
saying.
pips get you excited.
I never felt so good about a trade until I saw a .01. I think what I made, I want to say I made $100 on a .01.
Yeah.
I think I told. I think if you remember that, Clint, I think I told y'all, but I made a little bit over $100 on a .01.
I remember you were saying that shit. It was like 111, 114, some shit.
Yeah, bro, that's a long time to wait for some money, bro. But it's okay, because when you see that it's real and you see what holding your trade can do with you, you open a .10, that's $1,000. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
And with that thing, what was the risk on that? That's the boy. You know, you ain't sweating at all.
Keep that same mindset. That's what Clint's saying. Keep that same energy too. That's what I'm saying.
Dog.
It's so real, bro. So let me keep this going playing out, because I got another part I want to talk about too. So this is just buying tops and bottoms. So if you keep this mindset, you will be successful just buying tops and bottoms. But then also I'm gonna show you how you can catch some of these ups, but also like find re-entry, so therefore you can up your lot size on day charts. It just depends on, like update your entries and get a better trend. So like catching this catching this exit but getting in a re-entry down. I just seen it happen so much on the indicators. I know what it's gonna say.
Yeah.
This is the exit. One of these three are an exit. 1, 2, or 3, and then this is the entry for the new trend. Look how scary that is. Ooh, look how scary that is. Somebody like, no.
It's coming back to that little area.
It's still the area. That whole, I'm gonna point this out. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, that area again.
We don't know. Yeah, because they think I'm talking like this. They think I'm talking this, and I'm not. I'm not talking this at all.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. This whole thing right here is a monthly zone.
Yeah.
Like these
it's not a line, it's an area. Man, people don't understand that. They be like, what point is it, bro? My nigga, it's that little ball, that little area. Have you ever seen when you draw like the rectangle and it's like the little shape when you trying to show that area?
Let me get a shape for these people, because
you know what I'm saying? It's that, man.
It was pretty much all of this. This is as you see, and it's a zone, meaning that it's not going to respect it just because you think this is where the box starts in. No, if you say I'm gonna enter a buy once it get into my zone, that means you enter the buy here, you would lose it, and then start to win.
Yeah.
No one's gonna get the perfect entry like that unless you go down to the 1 minute. And trust me, you are not gonna get in on the 1 minute, because it's gonna look so confusing once you get from the 4, 1, 30, 15, 5 to the 1 minute. You're not getting it, but
1 minute chart is an entry rate to an early grave, B.
but I want to get the best entry. Okay, all right, pop up. Go ahead. Matter of fact, go ahead. Let me get your money before you give it to the market. Let me have it.
I can usher it right on over where it's going.
I'll give it to him for you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you that. But yeah, let me show you. This is a zone right here. And let me explain too why did I choose. And this is really one here as well. This is obviously, so we turn consolidation into zones and we respect them. But this is one too, but it's not as strong as this one. Look how much it trended within the zone though.
Yeah.
Like that's a zone, but that's a very tight one. Look at how big the zone is, bro. Like I would expect it even to play in this one again before continuing to move up, because there's just so much had happened in between here. Like how can I put it? If it's market makers, they're manipulating so much money in the zone, they don't give a fuck who see it. You feel what I'm saying? And then on top of that, this zone is just so well respected. It's probably something around true price or something. You know what I'm saying? Around there. So again, this is the trend though, but this zone right here is nothing to be scared to get out. I'm not saying get out. This is definitely not what we're talking about. This is just something to be aware of, because if you get entries down here, I respect you a lot more. You feel what I'm saying? I see, hey, that's a good trader right
there. Now when you got that zone up, because I really try to sometimes you'll see it like the whole little zone is like kind of like a magnet. You know what I'm saying? And like when something's pulling away from the magnet, it's about to get snatched back, or if it's strong enough, it'll finally pull away. And if it's strong enough to pull away from the magnet, but it's really going away to a new area. It's going to go find a new area.
New area, exactly. And they tell you because everything is. They like to say past results don't, predict new futures, whatever it is, but they really do. For a while, I used to didn't think that, but when you start to see, and I don't use outdated data. Yeah. I'm only going to use two trends. What happened on the downtrend? What happened on the uptrend?
Yeah.
And now that I'm on the uptrend, what was the case? Well, see that it did happen. This was the last high on uptrend, and what it had to do for me to see it as confirmation, it had to break out. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. But you can still use this zone because it's relatively close to the area. It wasn't like this whole trend was new and then it did some more shit and it started a whole new trend. You see what I'm saying? This was very relative to what happened over here. And you have to really I guess, because Clint understands, you've been here doing it for a while. I've been doing it for a while. It makes sense to me. But for a new trader, you're not gonna understand that right away. But I promise you, when you start to see it that way, you'll be like, it's an awe moment. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that it did that. They ain't know understanding how price moves is very important. This is a zone because price likes to move a certain way in that area, and it doesn't like to break out. It doesn't trend. It actually plays in the area instead of trend. Man. But anyway, let me go ahead. Let me see what it does from here on out. So I'm getting the feedback of it doesn't want to go back to it. Here you go. Yeah, here you go. It's back in the zone. Another thing that's also scary is that you see more down trends happening on your uptrend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, 1, 2.
Yeah.
What we gonna get?
We might get another one, but that zone,
strong ass zone, snatching it back into in the area it likes to play in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hey, hey. Mm. Look at that.
That's beautiful with the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Now he's trying to get out the zone, bro. He's trying, bro. This mug fighting to get out the zone. Quick, bro.
Fight through.
How many people? Let me ask you this, man, bro. Real shit, man. Real trader. How many people would actually win that trade, bro?
I'll actually get in that trade and actually wait for it. Oh man, if they were in already, they would have got scared and got out. You know what I'm saying? You got
so many points. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still not sure. And I've been through this simulation 2-3 times. I'm still not sure that it's going up. Because this zone is so strong. We can move this shit over and just see it's still applied, Papa.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's still applied. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is so scary. Now, beautiful part, I do have an indicator that would help me get out and get in this one and then get back on. But like, if you're just sticking with this one alone, bro, that's so scary, bro. Like, how do you go if you got this money right here? Let's say that you made $1,000 off of here, you lost half of that, fam. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You lost half of that. You know what I mean? Some niggas like, I gotta take it where I got it. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna try to sit here like I'm better than nobody else. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad I have these indicators. I'm glad I'm able to see it, because if I didn't know what I know, if I had lost what I lost already, I wouldn't be able to understand this. But I'm giving this free. I want people to understand this is free, and I want people to understand like this is really how price moves based off of what had already happened. You know what I'm saying? And this is only on the day chart. This is very powerful. This is very consistent versus the 1 hour, 4 hour. This is very powerful, and you can go back and test it over and over because
on the day hour, I would have got the fuck out. I would have took my profit, and when they would have gave that mean next week at the bottom, I would have tried to find myself a good entry over there and try to roll it up to see if it was going at the top of that zone. Do I stay in or I get out? I'm gonna let it see. I'm gonna let it do it.
Facts. Beautiful part about it is the only reason that I'm practicing, and let me just make this clear. The reason why, and I guess that's a good point, for people who are already trading, or you know what I'm saying, like to Clint's point, there's gonna be some new guys who come in. They're like, well, I'm gonna just get out and wait for the best entry, so therefore I can just, you know what I'm saying, save my money and secure the bag. Do that. That's fine. But I'm trying to set my mind up for I can trade $100,000 trades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
this is the only way to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't, because if you keep getting in and out on $100,000 trades, I feel like swapping all those, how much it costs you to get in, they start to add up. You know what I'm saying? Back to your profit. But if you stick it out all the way through it, you know what I'm saying? That's where you get your money at, though. I think this is probably gonna be the top, you know, somewhere around here if I remember correctly. But we're gonna ride it out though. Still, look at that. So you could have took yours right here, in all honesty, because it did do a double top, to be real. But I don't think it's done. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. There you go. Yeah, that should sell. That should sell.
Retest, wait for it. What is it right there? Yep.
Go. There you go. That should sell.
You know it.
I want to see what it do. Let me see what it do. Come on.
It failed already once.
Yep.
But it finally got a nice little floor right there on the top of that zone.
It's gone now. The indicator locked in. The one on the bottom locked in.
Look at it. Look at those two mean ass wicks right there. After failing hit that red again.
Look at the third one right there.
Ooh, yeah.
Come on, let me see what he gonna do. tough. There you go. So you would have lost that one. You would have lost that one. You would have lost that one.
That bitch gapped right there.
It
My
did.
God.
Yeah.
That's a strong day. Oh, yeah. You said some supporting resistance and see what's happening here. And it's right at the top of that next little area right there. And it's a great little area. Oh, my goodness. I can't wait to drop support and resistance and watch this bitch on the 4 and day hour play out and stop it and rewind it like a motherfucker. This is going to be very fun. I'm going to find some time to get like a good 6 hours on this.
And so that's the one right there.
Yeah. That is gorgeous. Look at it being snatched back to that damn area.
Mm-hmm. See why you couldn't just trade this one by itself based off of the repaint?
Just because that bitch really going into a little consolidation and shit. That's crazy.
You talking on the phone? Over here listening to Madden playlist like it's live. I was playing Madden before I called.
You know what I'm saying? Letting it bump.
You know what I mean? Now, Travis Scott, I think he picked out, I want to say 19. He did pick out the playlist for 19.
Yeah.
I think he did.
So
I know he did for 2K too. Because he do stuff with Nike and EA and all that.
I plugged in with that shit. That's how you get that brand going.
So now we see another structure for which, and AUD NZD good for this. They give out zones like that. Like, here's another hard ass.
Man, look at that. That's a beautiful head and shoulders. It's about to go off a cliff. If it don't, that area right there tells the tale. It's done. Oh, it's done. Gone. Don't fight it.
You saw how I filled the gap? For a lot of people don't know what a gap feels look like. That's it. It was in live action.
Man.
I'm glad you recorded so people can see that one, bro. That was a gap field like a bug.
You can fight. You can't. No, just chill. This is.
Yeah, he's still getting them, bro. Dragging them back to that zone. Look at that zone, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Strong.
Dragging.
Fight it all you want. Strong. Strong. See, like you strong. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that. He got it.
Give it up.
Come on. There you go. Come on, bro.
Give me another one,
bro.
Another one.
He going down.
Another one.
See, it makes it so much better when you know the direction, though, fam. Like, it makes it so much better, bro. So much better. So even with the loss right here, you probably would have got a little jumped up in here, but this is your entry right here. 1, 2, and 3 were all your entries, even 4. These are all your entries down.
And it's a nice head and shoulders right there too. That would have been something else to confirm that bitch right there. It's like, okay, let's see.
Exactly.
And then there was that one little area that told all the little tale. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's gonna break, it's gonna break right now. If it bounce back up, it's going this is bullshitting. But if it break here, it's going down. And then that was right after the little gap down. And after the gap down, the gap fill, it was gone.
Exactly. That was a good point. That's a good point. That's a good. I've heard that's a good time period too. Right around them gaps and stuff like that. That's a very good point.
Because right after that gap, it's going to go correct. And right there, like if it don't correct and like run through it and correct the style out, like you ain't got it. You know which way you want to go.
Right here, they trying to figure out how many people know where it's going because everybody know where it's going, but they fucked up a lot of people right here.
Oh man,
a lot of people. This is real life, by the way, y'all. I'm not anybody making this shit up. This is nothing I simulate. This is nothing I made. You know what I'm saying? This is real life. They likely put this whole in consolidation because they accumulated so many buys and sales in here.
Yeah.
Put so many people up, bro. So many people up. They gave those sell indicators on something that we knew was a sale. Look how many buys came in that area. How many green bars on somebody's chart.
Man.
Sales. You see what I'm saying? There you go. There you go. There go that AUDNZD we talked about.
Yep.
By the way, Clint, we done went through a whole year together since 2017.
Happy New Year, my dude.
Happy New Year.
Hey,
2017, well, we've been a whole year watching this chart right now.
it's beautiful, man. It's like a roller coaster, man. It's better than the soaps. You know what I'm saying? You get into a groove with your parents.
There you go. So now you in anywhere in here is your entry, bro. Anywhere in here. Anywhere in here. These are not perfect entry, like, you know what I'm saying, trades, but these are trend, bottoms and tops. You just trade from the bottoms and tops, bro. So it was here. And even if you got in no later than this, you got all of this, though.
Yeah.
You got all of this. You know what I'm saying?
And then you got to, like,
he was on the right side.
You know what I'm saying?
This one. You wasn't even on the wrong side of this one. He was on the right side of this one.
Ooh,
and
taking profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then right there, you got such a beautiful, like you like right here, you got such a safe stop loss. If you want to go ahead and stretch your legs with a little lot size, you automatically know if it's gonna fuck up, it's going below.
Look at that wick
that wick is a foot in the ground. Goddamn, that's some Barry Sanders shit.
There's two of them. Two of them. 1 and 2.
Oh, come on, that's a stutter step. You playing Madden? You playing Madden? That's a whole stutter step.
Here you go. So like I said, now these are, because it's still on a downtrend, but like I say, this is one where this is telling you that it's going up. We just don't know when. Yeah. But if you got in here, this is all scary for you, by the way. I think this is not going to be able to tell you. I don't think March is going to come yet. But we're close into real life right now, so it's getting close.
You know what I'm saying? And but like you said, at least you know, like this little area right here, where you put your thumb on the chart right here, all this area should provide me a good buy up. And if it doesn't provide me a good buy up, this downtrend is going to be stretching longer than I thought. So let me regather. And that's that whole when I get out, should I get in type shit.
Exactly. And on top of that, we keep talking about what we said. What you said? When you set your stop loss, what that mean? What's that again?
It was just it was like, you know, like a nice safe stop loss or whatever. If I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but just understanding how much you need to have your stop loss under so you don't lose your whole account. This is a perfect example of something that, like, look at this indicator. It's mistook. So this is one where, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know, but you do have the arrow up. I do honestly believe it's going up.
Yeah.
It's showing against it. The indicator's showing down right now. You see what I'm saying? So until this one change colors, until I get another arrow down that can break this area, then, you know what I'm saying, we don't know. But another thing is that typically when you see these, you see the uptrend. Right now, I think it's just in a big-ass drawdown and manipulation based on But again, what I said earlier, I'm going to say again, you don't know. And right now, you're trading tops and bottoms. And also, this is where this strategy is only perfect for trending markets. It's not trending.
Yeah, this sideways like a motherfucker.
Sideways like a motherfucker, though. So if I did this one on a peso, you would see. If I did it on the US 30, you would see it. GBP kind of ass. All the NZDs kind of ass, though. But for those ones that you see trend a lot, that's where you really see it. I think CAD was one. But, all right, let me just go back to start. And I'm going to show you what I add to this one. Get rid of that. And then only thing I add now is keep the center. Throw in the same one I got. Oh, no, that's not it. Cancel. There you go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just explain this really quick. If I got an arrow and it's above the overbought, or basically if it's above the red line and it's not overbought, that's a great entry, right? So I got the blue on the blue. So remember that's originally was the trend, right?
Yeah.
So now we're looking for accurate entries and exits. See what I'm saying? And so what that means is, as long as it's above this line, I'm good for the trend that I had confirmed right here.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? If it was underneath, if this orange line was above here, I would still wait until it likely would line up with this one, but I would still wait until it crossed both above the orange and the red to keep going. See what I'm saying? Because you notice what it's telling you is when it's above this one and this one, even though you see drawdown right here, you don't see no crossover here. So what that it just tell you, oh well, then yeah, this trend is confirmed up. See what I'm saying? So that's why I have that mindset of, okay, well, I'm only gonna trade the buys if I have a buy indicator. You see what I'm saying? It's no point in me trading sales if I have all these things pointing to the buy. Especially on the, this is an active one. I would say this was very, very like relevant to what's going on in the market. So I would rather stay with using this one. This is MACD right here. So I'm trying to think, should I add on the gold miner? I don't really think I should yet. The last one, this Raiders one right here, it's all cheating though. But I'm gonna just do this one first. Let's just go. We're gonna go the whole year. We're just gonna go a little bit.
You can tell the importance of trading those top to bottoms. That way you can really.
Yes. So here's a crossover, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crossover. You would have got that whole one, right? That we talked about.
Yeah.
And then got out. You see what I'm saying? You see how you would have won that one?
As it bent the corner.
You know what I'm saying? Then boom, right there. You would have been in on. You would have got out there and then got in on a buy, bro. See what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's loud.
It's going so fast I can't explain it all. So if you remember earlier, we lost this trade, bro.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But because now you know what the market is telling you, and you know trend now, you know structure. Now he's telling you when trends are ending. This is structure. Now you know trend. So now we ain't got to look for arrows no more. We're looking for top arrows and bottom arrows based off of whatever this is saying, right? This red right here, the center MACD. But because this is one trend we could have got, two trend we could have got, because you really wasn't no reason to exit still, but still, like we say we exit here, we got in here, right? That's two trends you could have got, three trends you could have got, and you would have been in for the fourth trend. You would have never got out there because it never closed underneath it. You see, it's kind of hard to see, but when you stretch it, you can see a little bit better. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, you wouldn't have got out because you also want to wait for it to close as well. Wait for it to close.
Hey, gotta wait till trading mid candle is silly. That's on my report. It's just silly.
Trickster for kids. You know what I'm saying? They treat you. They treat you right there. But anyway, they would have robbed you for your move that you've been waiting for this whole time. See what I'm saying? So that's where it's at. But then look, you got the exit right here. So you would have been in on that one. So you would have made half of the bar. You would have been in on that one, got up. You could have took your top if you were smart, if you knew how to zone trade, which that's what I'm saying. Like I practice zone trading. I don't expect everybody to know it. You could have took the top because you had the red indicator. Or the fact that you had a red indicator and a red arrow, you could have took your top up there too. That was two signals to get out. You know what I'm saying? But safe as you're just going based off of this one, you can just go ahead and exit right here and get in for a sale, and boom, you would have made all of that until, which I'm seeing, it's going to cross back over here shortly, I believe. No, that's just consolidation, I believe. We're going to see, though. We're not going to predict it. We're going to just wait. Remember, we're in sales structure, but we're looking for what trends are coming right now.
Man.
Look at that. So you in your sale, had no reason to get out from up here. No reason to get out.
Kick it. Let it play.
Wait, no, it looked like it. Uh-oh. Here go one right here.
How strong are you?
Not yet. See? No reason to get out. It looked like it, though. We thought it was right there. No reason to get out. No reason to get out, fam. No reason. Look at that. If you would have got out right there when you thought it was, you would have lost your bread, fam.
Man.
Your bread that was waiting on you.
You gotta let it breathe.
Come here, Clint. Come here. Come get this check, fam.
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind.
Hold on. Let me go get something to drink.
Here's an exit right here. Oh, no, I lied. There wasn't one. You got to wait for it to close. Here's the exit right here. There's the exit right here. That's a whole bob. There you go. That's a sale. That's a sale. It is right there. That's about one little small loss on all the stuff that you won. Another loss. Here's a buy entry. I mean, a sell entry. Loss. Another reason why you only want to take is you would have been on that one, by the way, but the only reason you want to take down down trades to minimize your losses that you take right here. Here's a sell right here.
Yo.
Is there something I had tried to was going to say was there's a couple in here that you would have lost, but this is a perfect example of why you don't trade too many. Really, you don't have to. Just trade the downs, especially on the down one. Trade the downs. You don't have to trade the ups. Just wait. These are just regather. Go trade another pair. But here's
man, the trend is your friend. This one, that age old, the trend is your friend. Come in that play.
Thanks.
Now, trend, stop preaching.
Stop preaching, bro. Here's one you could have got, you would have lost. Here's one you would have got in, but you would have lost. But I have another indicator that help me personally with this. But still, like this is something that if you just trading just these three alone, you would have lost here. Stop trying to get in for the buys. Stop trying to get in for the buys. Wait for your sale. Boom. You had this whole trend based off of that. So the one loss you had here, you would have made here versus if you would have traded one, and then that would have all the money that you lost right here, you would have made back here versus one that you would have lost. You make that back just based off of the length, make that back and then double it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's how I look at it. Anyway, it's gonna keep going. Here's a perfect example of waiting for it to cross both of them. It closed above both of them. That's your trade. That's a trend up.
Mm-hmm. Check for the retest. Is it respected? And a lot of times people want to wait for confirmation. That retest, that gives you that confirmation. Okay, if it's really going up, it's going to respect this line.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, this line for to be disrespected like a motherfucker. Look at all that respect. We see 3 of them on that respect.
It's 3 good ones right there.
3 good ones. Your stop loss is safe right there. If you got in back there, you keep seeing the respect. A lot of times it's going to ask you the question.
Here you go. So this is an example of, again, stick with the trend. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I would have personally took that one myself, but here's one where the trend is like, it's telling you it's still going down. This one ain't even flicker blue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be real with you. Here's an entry right here. This is your entry that would have made up some money. When do you think you're going to make right here? You made it on this one right here. 1, 2, and 3. All the way down. There you go. A lot. Nope. See? Stop predicting the market, Chris. You don't know. I love how active this one is, bro, because it makes it so much clearer, fam. But I love how active it is. It's like when it closes above, it gives you where the entry. You know what I'm saying? It may not be this, but it give you this one or it give you that one. You know what I'm saying? That's not great, but still, it'll give you this all the way to here. It'll give you, you know what I'm saying, here all the way to there.
And if you practice some good risk management, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. I think you gotta have a video where you explain that a little bit more, bro. Because that's a very good point. Like entry, understanding the perfect entries, understanding your risk management. A lot of your perfect entries not gonna gonna be perfect entries for great trends. But if you have great risk management, you're never supposed to lose. That's how it's supposed to be. Anyway, but I just, it is what it is. Clint, you gotta go.
We're gonna do a mean ass one. It's gonna be all about just risk management, understanding that. Because even when we thought it was gonna be going up, and you'd be like, "Oh man, you lost that trade," because you knew which line it was respecting so much. Your stop loss was very safe. As soon as it violated it, no, never mind. I was tripping. Look at it.
Just so. I don't know if they can see me, but like that's just so much growth as a trader to actually understand how to apply so many different strategies into one. Understanding
Man.
zones, understanding the way your risk management go. Where would you put anything? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stupid at all and just trade just off of this. But even though you can to get a systematic win, there's certain things that you just have to be like aware of, like this zone. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like, well, yeah, it's trending up, but at the same time, you see that this zone is here. You know what I'm saying? Like this doesn't not exist just because you see these here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so because of that, if I just know there's two things you say, I could place a stop loss just underneath it, or I don't put one there because I expect it to come back and touch it regardless. You see what I'm saying? So I could just be aware of it, or I could put a stop loss there. Like, well, look, if it come down and touch it, it might continue to go down, but I don't want to lose my bread. You feel what I'm saying?
You know, and something else too, right there, that little area where it was respecting the zone. A lot of times at them zones, I found myself asking the question: if is this bitch turning around? So we thought it was gonna be a buy. So when it's a buy, we think it's gonna be turning around. A lot of times, I'll actually, draw a little support and resistance right there on that little zone or whatever, and ask yourself: is this turning around, or is it really just going into a consolidation and you're projecting what you want?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We'll project on a consolidation, a turnaround, but in reality, it was always a consolidation. Look how side to side that is. You can lay your finger on that. It was never pointing up. It was, you know what I'm saying? It just was right there, sitting on a nice little consolidation before it continued breaking down. And I wonder how many pips that further breakdown was. That was
this one right here.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about this one right here?
All that right there, all that little downtrend that they came out of that consolidation. How much was that
So
there?
after this one right here, that's what you're saying. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. So this part right here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's 113 pips or whatever.
113 pips, yeah. 112, 113, yeah. Based off of just knowing when it came out, broke out, retested. That's a real, like, fuck the indicators. Anybody who knew how to trade, they saw this consolidation zone, breakout, retest. Somebody made money off of that just off of trading.
Right there. It's all right, let's ride then. And then you start to bounce. I done took some money and
I would have took my money right here. Let's just say reality is if I'm just zone trading alone, I saw this zone right here. I would have took mine. This about 80 pips, 70, 80 pips, which is not bad in a couple days.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see this is I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is so remember I always say this is the one where you drop your load on right here.
Yeah.
This is one right here. You feel what I'm saying? This is one right here because you got a blue cross with the arrow.
Yeah, and before you started back too, it's not even stopped or whatever. But like on the last one where we thought it was gonna maybe go back up or whatever. If you lay your finger on it or whatever, it was going sideways. If you try to lay your finger on this one, it's really doing the Nike check. You know what I'm saying? It's really giving me that true elbow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Me. Yeah, you talking about this one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one where like you didn't have any other confirmation besides this one. So what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like this is only like I'll tell you this is what you can trade. This is another strategy. I don't suggest it. But like tops and bottoms only because this is a downtrend. And it's when the consolidation. So if you would have known this was the top, you would have been like, okay, well, I'm going to the top, taking my profit. Where the bottom at? Down here. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the only way that you would have made money off of that. But it's still so risky. Like I said on the last time we went through this, that's high risk trading. I don't suggest. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't agree with it. But anyway, let me see what this is on. Like I said, this is where you drop your load at, you make your money at. Right now, we're looking like we're in the green. Green light.
Right in that little zone right there. Here's your moment of truth. Let it bump. Don't get scared in the zone. Sometimes it do that.
Yep. Look at that. As long as this one's going blue. You notice how we see some reds even on the blue. This one's going blue. Until we get this right here, look at that. Now we're like, okay, yeah. Now we're starting to expect it down. But look.
Man. Oh,
you
yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Fight the power, Craig. Snatch away from that zone. Oh, man.
Now, this is where we said this is how we remember we pointed out the zone last time together, right? We saw what it did. So look how this indicator reacts to what happens next.
I see a lot of times that was the move. I done took my profit on that move and I ain't tripping on the move.
I ain't tripping at all. I feel you. See how this react. This one, because we remember it went back down to the zone and came. And I don't think it created a new low, but it did break down through the zone.
Yeah.
So now you got the sell indicator, but you wanted to cross the blue to confirm. You don't want to just take when the red is above the blue. You got to wait till it crosses.
Yeah, to really know it's going down.
Going
It's really
down.
going the
Right.
other way.
Exactly. Look at that. Back to the zone that we pointed out last time. You still in this trade because of this right here. See what I'm saying? So remember I told you I have indicators that will got me into this trade, got me out if I needed to be out, got me in on that little down one, and now I expect it to go back up.
And that's why, I guess, what I'm saying, asking yourself before you get in a trade, what does my good trade look like? You know what I'm saying? What is the trade? What does the chart look like when I got out of my trade? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And remembering that while it goes on and not getting caught up with the day-to-day emotion.
True, and beautiful. That's a good point because in all actuality, two things I want to say is like I would like this was the hard trade. This is where you put all your money at. So if you put all your money here, this is another thing about risk management. That's what I'm trying to find. The word I was looking for earlier, risk management. The good thing about risk management is that you do get in on this one because it is a good entry and it's coming from an overbought area, right? But at the same time, you don't risk the same risk you put down here, fam. You're not trying to give money back to the market at all.
Man.
You feel what I'm saying? But this is not a high percentage trade. This is a 70% trade right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
75 at the most. I don't give nothing the green light 100%. This is a 60, maybe 50% trade right here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going against the grain to be able to trend down. This is a big ass drawdown for it to go back up. I'm just being real with you. But we'll see where it goes. I don't know.
If you look on the Fibonacci, I bet you that's right to the 38.
38. Bro, just look at this zone right here alone. That got to be the 38, fam.
You know it, man.
Look at that. Now you enter right here. I know people want to enter this shit, but there's no point in doing all that. You enter right here. You still made your money, bro. Look at that. Thank God. Now you could have made your double up right here, by the way.
Yeah.
Your double up right there.
Really let it bump.
Yep. So now, what we talking about? This is where it went all weird and shit at. Remember that, what I said? It got all weird and all that? So now, what do? This is when you start applying all this as a whole because we see tops, we're looking for the best entry on the sale, but this one's still doing some. This is where you draw a line on your chart where you see the red come in at originally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you wait and see how the indicator reacts. But anyway, now you got in for the sale. See what I'm saying? Is that clear to you, Clint? Like, does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know how to use that indicator. It's clearly a sale until proven otherwise. See what I'm saying? So we have the red arrow, red trend, the red crossover, sale. It is in consolidation at the moment, but look, it's trying to break out. And this is where you say, okay, well, look, I got out. You got out where? You got out where you didn't lose that much. This is risk management, and boom, look at that. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
See what I'm saying? This is a high risk trade, by the way, based off of what happened, but you could have got in. But let me just point out the fact that let me just point this out right now. In comparison to what we lost the first go around, remember that, Clint? We lost all this shit here.
Yeah,
and then exactly, right? But now it got you out, right? Got you out before all that shit happened. So you would have got in somewhere over, let me see, right here. You would have got in maybe somewhere right here, or right here. But you would have lost when this happened. But just set your stop loss here.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Or lost shit.
Lost shit. But even still, look where it crossed that and closed. Here. At the fucking stop loss.
Man.
You would not, any trade against it, you were not supposed to be in it. But guess what happened? It crossed, and that happened. You made this, though. You see what I'm saying? You lost all the swap and shit you lost here, you made on this one based off of this cross alone. High risk trading, though. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying you could have, but you still would have lost this one here. But anyway, now that you got the arrow, we're waiting on the downtrend. This is all I've been doing for the last week and a half, bro.
Hmm.
Testing indicators. Look at that. You made that already. Made that already. You've been in that one. You've been in that one from here.
Look at that.
I don't think there's any indicator that works supremely accurate inside of consolidation.
Yeah.
But I will say this is probably one of my favorite ones for consolidation, though, just because it just like it minimizes so many risks, man. Like,
Nah, I love the combination of these hoes, and even if I was just to lay them, you know what I'm saying, lay them on my charts with my supporting resistance, it makes it easier when you walk, going through to understand, okay, well, am
here
I
you go.
going to
So
turn around?
your exit's almost. It may be here. Hold on, we gotta wait for it to close. It didn't close yet. It's above the red right now, y'all, but it's not above the orange. You see what I was saying? See, this is a perfect example. Now you in for a buy. If you get it, if this is a high risk trade, by the way, you're going against the trend. I don't suggest it. Look at that.
Is that the floor? Is that the floor?
Mm-hmm. And then this is why, and let's just stop it for a second here. Why are we trading? Why is Chris trading inside of this motherfucking consolidation?
Left to right,
Left to
just
right.
laying
Why
flat.
why are we doing this? We're looking for only down trades because of what happened right here. We already got one here. Why are we? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
on top of that, point number 2 or 3 that we can try to make over and over. Based off of this structure that happened, you could have got out somewhere. Nah, I don't think it's not there yet, but I don't think it would. Nothing really indicates it. This is a zone, though, by the way, but you
Yeah,
could have taken it at the top of the zone. There's no really reason to get out unless you're just being conservative, or you could have got out on a double bottom, but there's no real reason to know. This is basically a losing trade as well. I don't think it's that bad. You would have made a little bit, but it's not that bad in comparison to what happened back here and what happened right here.
but I tell you though, it's real slim if you came late to the party and you didn't see
Uh,
everything live. It's a real slim support and resistance you got to make where it's going to let you know that am
yeah.
I seeing head and shoulders form, or am I
Mhm.
seeing the continuation of that overall uptrend? So what does it look like? This is a perfect. I love when it gets in those very tight moments where it's like, oh, moment of truth. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
moment of truth.
This whole little zone is a area that if we're like even if you're not already in, even if you missed the top red, because that top red would have been at the two tweezers of wicks right there that I've been looking for. Oh, I don't see nothing else fucking with this one. Okay, it's time to get in. Even if you missed that, you have an opportunity to put put that little support and resist on it and let it play out right here.
Let it
It's
play
I
out.
fucking love when it gets to these moments. It really gets exciting because it's like, oh, just breathe, wait for it, boom, there you go. I'm in there. Nigga, I'm in there. That's how you really get to see it pull away from that spread and get you
Thanks.
out of that. I'm in profit, I'm not in profit, I'm in profit, I'm not in profit. You want to get away from that shit, you just wait. You know what I'm saying? Get a little patience going
Oh
if
no,
you're
that was
in
a
a
winning
position.
trade. My bad, Clint. No, I was saying no, that was a winning trade. I'm talking down this trade like it wasn't. You got in here, and based off of the cross, you got out
Yeah,
here. So yeah, you would have made a little bit, even if you just did the worst. You got in to here, you made 71 pips. So you didn't lose, but it wasn't a great trade. But
yeah,
anyway, you don't take buys on the sale. That's
yeah.
all I'm saying. And
Thanks.
to Clint's point is that he's absolutely correct in what he's saying. I just, again, you waiting for the sale underneath the orange in the red.
Oh, watch this bitch. This don't look like it's finna fall off the map.
Everything.
Oh my. It's respecting this little flow, and I understand it takes a little time to respect that. Lovely. Left to right is laying flat. We're in the consolidation. If you ain't in already, let it breathe. Just wait for
Let
them.
it breathe.
See if
Let
it's
it
gonna wick out at the top. Right here's a good area where it should wick out at. If it's gonna drop down, it's
breathe.
gonna wick out right here.
Exactly. You know the overall trend, so these are high probability trades, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? Right there. We're just getting even if
Look
you're on
at
the
that.
fall right there.
Here
There you
it
go.
is. Here go one. Come on. Here we go. Here go two.
Come on.
Close.
Strong,
Close.
strong.
Yeah.
See she fighting it. Fight it because
Nah, I was in. You was in on this one. You was in on
uh
1 or 2. Yeah. This. I know that this is pointing something
ooh,
different, but you were in on this one right here.
you goddamn right.
Yeah.
Especially that it confirmed under there with that mean ass wick right there. Oh yeah. It'd
Yeah.
have it'd have been worth getting in and just letting that motherfucking stop loss ride.
Yep. And then here come your exit coming shortly. If it stays up. See what it do. There you go. You got out. Just a little bit of pips. little bitty pips, itty bitty pips.
She look like she still got some way to go.
Here you go. Here you go. If it closed, you
She
it.
look like she got
That's
some
it.
way
There
to
you
go.
go. Now you in.
Yeah.
You in right here. Look at that. Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go.
That is gorgeous. That
See
is
what the
fucking
beauty of
gorgeous.
knowing structure, the beauty of knowing I like how they work together to really tell the tale as well. If you just traded this indicator alone, I think I tell people all the time you can do it, but I wouldn't suggest it, especially because you don't. A lot of people don't know how to identify structure. If I knew, like I know this is a downtrend based off how I look, but also this consolidation minus all this that happened, it's very hard to like convince your inner self that you feel what I'm saying to be
Yeah.
real. But you know what I mean, based on look how many pips you made after all that bullshit. How many pips you made so far?
And I promise you, like, that's why I really try to, like, you know, you get your strategy, and your strategy is layered with so many different components, and then you get all that confusing layered shit. Then you say to yourself, let me dumb it down. Let me make it real simple. Let me be like the little smallest shit. Because a lot of times if I'm confusing myself about a consolidation, I'm gonna lay my finger on the chart. Is this all big, bro? It's a consolidation, bro. I'm reaching for a turnaround. It's a consolidation. Oh, it's at the bottom of the flow. All right, well, bet then it's dropping down from there. Oh, it's pulling back. Is it really gonna bounce? Well, let's just see. You know what I'm saying? It was a point on this. It was a point right before it really broke down that a lot of your nuts was really tested. But if you really held tight to what would have been a nice little stop loss or whatever, you really wouldn't have got in. You would have been tested a few times, but you wouldn't have got out, and you would have caught all this shit.
Facts.
All that shit.
Facts.
And that was such a lovely trade to catch.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh man, I gotta have a smoke. This is crazy.
So
I'm fucking with this for the next couple of days.
he said, "I'll look at this next couple of days on me." All right, so this is my last one I'm gonna do, and this is how I look at it with everything. Turning points. I do the double mean Renko center MACD. Right. I do the floating levels. I'm sorry. Here's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then here, and this is all I did. I did one pair and just kept practicing on one pair so I could know the tail over and over and over.
Yeah.
And how would I've done it based on the indicators that were there. So I'm not forcing anything. I'm only trying to explain, rationalize with the same indicators. Oh, I should do this the reverse way because it makes. Let me do this real quick. Let me delete this real quick. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There's a lot of these trend indicators that I don't like, but this Ritus site filter actually does come in handy. I will admit he is probably the only one I trust as far as trend indicators.
Yeah.
Okay. To be real with you, bro. Like,
have you shared that one before? I don't think I've seen that one. The
no,
Radis.
this is new. This is new.
Yeah.
This is something I've been searching for. I want to like. It's hard to explain because like you have to like I don't know like we have to respect the trend. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's just anything. We've already know structure. We found this is basically to help you find the best entries on a trend or start of a trend, right? But this is like so it's not lagging. It does not change color, so therefore it's gonna respect whatever trend is there. As you see, this hole was an uptrend, but look at this drawdown. So it's like, when did you get in? Well, the only time you got in was sometime after this. This is your entry, but this one didn't turn. Then you finally got the arrow. So when do you get in? Well, it probably was here. You feel what I'm saying? Based off of this one right here. You see what I'm saying? But because all this happened, it's like, well, damn. Like, do you stay in? How do you know to stay in? Well, you have all these fucking things lining up to say it's going up.
Man.
When do you get out? Well, the beautiful part about the fucking side, the side, I don't know how to say it, side filter, he got you out before he did. Ain't they crazy? He
Dog,
got you out of this trade before this nigga did, and
man.
this the one that we was,
Yes.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
know
Like
what I'm
I was
saying?
raving about. So that's beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? In comparison to what we just saw. So we're like, okay, well, look, it got you out. You have no reason to get in. You have no reason to get in. You have no reason to get in until you got this one. Boom, everything blue. It's above. And you see, it's gonna connect them all because like it tells you when the trend is going. This is a downtrend, which it was. This was an uptrend, which it is, based
Man,
off of the structure and up. So that's why I'm
it's
like, I
snatched.
use it's that, and I'm saying it doesn't do any repainting or lagging. Like that's how that's why I respect it. Anyway, let's see what it takes us. So, let me slow it down. They acting up. They acting up.
Mm, mm.
All right. So look, you can't see it because it's going so fast, but it does not whatever it closes as is the truth. Basically, what I'm trying to say. It
Yeah.
does flicker throughout the day, but it does not. Whatever it closes, it doesn't change after it closes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's no repaint. So again, here's one where you could have did this trade here, but it was high risk. But look, you could have did this one on that downtrend and made just a little bit of pips. You see what I'm saying? Which is more confident anyway. So you say you had got this indicator that it was a sale. That means you got in on this top of this bar right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So therefore we in on, let me see. We in on this one. I want to know where that's at. I want to make sure I remember that. We in on that one. Damn, the hell going so fast. Why don't
Yeah, still on day.
all right. We was in right here, right? Yeah, that's where we are. We in right here. And we have no reason to get out until now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, these are one of those zones that like it's just very hard to win in those, but at the same time, you're in from here. You're in from here. This is the crossover up. So anywhere in this was a good trade up.
Mm.
See what I'm saying?
Stick his foot in the ground on that motherfucking wick
On
too.
me. On me. You saw how through all that bullshit that happened, this one told you where it was going. Even after all
Mm-hmm.
this, it told you where it was going.
After all that little shit there.
All that shit that happened. While we was confused, remember how confused we was on this first one? It told you this still uptrend. Respect it, respect it, respect it. We have top trend, turnaround, reversal. We have the crossover. You could have got in about right here, but you're gonna get in on this one right here. I'm sorry, this one right here. And until the blue come or until the crossover come, there's no point. I mean, until the green come or until the crossover come, there's no point in getting out.
Just being cool.
It's being cool. I know it's red right now. I know it's negative right now. Just be cool, Papa. Now I want to go slow. No reason to get out, and that's what happens. Stay cool, calm, and collected.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? It's just and all that does is just help you stay in your trade, bro. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Until proven otherwise. Here it is. It came back and did it again. Broke out. Come on. See what it do. You see how it's not even repainting throughout the day?
Yeah,
It's
not
still
at
going
all.
and like that whole not even moving throughout the day. That's something that you need in your life.
Yeah, that's
Something that
nice.
you don't worry, fam. It's sale, bro. Chill.
Mm-hmm.
like for real.
Yeah, you don't see no one or two red, one or two blue, one or two green or whatever
You don't
it is.
see no flickering, no change in color, none of that. Now here you go. So now you got a point for which you're like, okay, damn, it could be turning around now. Guess what? The flickering happening around the same time this is crossing over.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you waiting now, waiting. Because remember, I told you don't trade against the trend anyway, but with this one you can because it's a trend indicator itself. But look, that it didn't give you no buy indicator. No buy, fam.
Hmm.
Here you go. Till now. Boom. You get that one. One. You hit on that one. And guess what? It got you out before it was too late to lose.
Hmm.
But you remember that's a reason to get in too. Remember that I said that. So now
Yeah.
you understand.
It's like if it's gonna turn around, it'll turn around here. If it don't turn around here, you can just let it kick it.
Let it kick it. And theoretically, you are in on that one there. It got you out right there, so you did lose a little bit.
Hmm. But you can see the area that it's respecting, that little nice little
Yeah.
support resistance is respecting right there the whole time.
So, and that's why you have to stick with, how can I put this? You have to stick. Well, not you have to. This is how I would do it, me personally. How I'm sticking to it. I'm using my original structure up and down, right?
Hmm.
Best entries, and then when to stay in my trade. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how I would do it. I wouldn't use it to get in on the opposite way. I would use it for how to stay in my trade. So I'm like, here's top structure. Here's the red. I did get the cross here. So I could have got it anywhere up here, but I got the cross right here. So I'm selling all the way down until I get to this part right here. See
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then I'm looking for the next entry. The next entry happens to line up with this one and this one. And then I'm selling, selling, selling. And then I think you lost a little bit on that one. And then now we're looking at the next entry for a sale because you know what the market structure is. See what I'm saying? So instead of making 7 trades that I think we originally made in between here, I think it's only 3. It's 1, and then there was 2. Yeah, here's the third right here.
Yeah.
So 3. And then you actually got this trade here. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the reality of how I plan on using these things together to make it clear. But anyway, um,
Yeah, man. I tell you, bro, I'm gonna be fucking with this, and I'm gonna be sharing my shit in the next couple of days of what I get to play around for this whole.
thanks.
I'm gonna be playing around with this little right here. I can actually see myself, you know what I'm saying, doing a few of these and sitting there with either with a few people at the house or a partner at the house and really letting it bump, you know what I'm saying, and showing like how would you feel at this time? Why would you get out? So you would have took
Right.
an L right here. So why didn't that L stop you from trading again? So okay, you're right
Thanks.
there. You would have, you know what I'm saying? Like I can. Oh, that's gonna be very fun. That's gonna be a nice little part that I'm gonna add in. Not only my personal trading and training, but whenever I'm
Yeah,
trying to
what you want? You want the arrow ones, Clint? That's what you want? Or you talking
uh,
about
I mean, shit. I'm talking about all of it. Just
all of it?
you
Okay.
know, all of it letting the bump because I know
Right.
this what you call it, sensor shit. This rotel. What's it called, a rotel? You know what I'm saying? Let me get some of that rotel, boy. What that is?
On me, on me.
You know what I'm saying? That hoe that don't flicker. The arrows with the bottom, because them bottoms too, them hoes is like really like, you know, that's it's giving you a whole bunch of new bottoms. It's because it's finding new lows. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. You know.
Let's just be real for a second though, Clint. This is how I would do it, bro. And I'm just going over it again. If I know that the structure is down, why trade up? You
You know
feel
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying? Like that's just the point of it. Like there's no point. If I know the structure is up, why trade down? That's just
Yeah.
how it's going. So I got a red arrow. That means I'm taking every one of these that are crossing down, right?
Hmm.
Down. And I'm getting out every time it crosses up. You feel what I'm saying? You know, look at this beautiful move you caught just by getting in on the down, getting out on the up. You feel what I'm saying? And just doing it every single time, getting in on the down, getting out on the up. You caught this whole move. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck this move here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
for
know.
real, Clint. Like, fuck that move here. You got this one. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm saying that because on this downtrend, if it continues, and this one crosses, you got another one that just came. You feel what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
hope it do. I really do. I want to prove my point. Look at that. You want it to cross and keep going. That's all you need. Look at that. That's it right there.
Mm.
That's it right there. And just wait for it. And now all you gotta do is wait for it to cross back up for your exit. That's it. Mm-hmm. Young and May live, by the way, fam. I want to make that clear. Just a shout out to Young and May because she
Yeah,
is the
yeah, she
best
tough.
rapper, female rapper on. No, she barely the best male rapper on the earth. I just
Yeah,
want to make
she pretty tough. She
that.
pretty
Let's
tough.
see.
You know what I'm saying? She be spitting that shit. You know what I'm saying? She pretty
Mm-hmm.
tough. Yeah, there's been a few of them out and been like, oh my, that she's definitely got a spot on my it's I call it it's on title my Go Eat playlist. You know what I'm saying? Where
Okay,
I
yeah,
put that
facts.
bitch on when I'm starting my trade and I'm getting the day open, responding to
So
motherfuckers.
that's your exit. Excuse me, Clint. My bad. That's
You know
your
what I'm
exit right
saying?
there.
Yeah.
That's your, right there, and that's your entry for your buy. You see that? How all them lined
Mhm.
up perfectly? That's your entry for the buy right there.
And
Boom.
one begets another.
We got to know, fam. And so that's how I dumbed it down for me personally.
Yeah.
But like the only thing that I know that I can pass on is just market structure and how to actually catch that. And
Yeah.
I feel like you feel me on that one.
I
So
do. On the whole video, B. On the whole video. I'm gonna be fucking with all of this and she just really just, you know what I'm saying, fell us through and letting it bump, letting it play out, checking out, using all of them and, you know, together to build the strategy that you can just dumb down and let it play.
let it
It's
play.
you know,
That's
with all the shit we present, bro, that nigga gotta come up. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
I hope everybody takes advantage of, you know, trying it and, you know, who knows where, you know, your research might lead the next person and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
if
So
somebody can point out something that I don't see on my own indicators, that helps me out a lot, and that
hmm,
brings more bread to us as a team. You feel what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like if I'm able to help y'all get into these type of trades, and you able to help me make sure we don't lose money on here or stop me from getting out on this one, that's great. I mean, I wouldn't personally, but still, like helping us grow as a team, like that's how I look at it, man. And then
Hmm,
another thing I'm trying to make a point of, if I can just saying, Clint, I know you like to go to the 4 hour, 1 hour, but if I can help you where you only have to check in at 3:40 to 4:30 on forex every single day,
hmm,
because you know what I'm saying, like therefore, you're able to focus on real estate all the time. Look at this. At 4 o'clock this day, you got in on this trade and you didn't have to get out until you feel what I'm
you know what I'm
saying? Like,
saying?
you know what I mean?
I can see it. The more and more I work on stuff, whatever, like my software business, I have an extra strategy for that for this year. So I'm not doing that after this year or whatever, and how that's just
Thanks.
really gonna be, you know, real estate trading, you know, with a little, you know, online a little online store. So like you know what I'm saying? So just allowing all of these to play in each other, learning how to, you know, I remember at the beginning of the video we were talking about long trading. It's like, you know, you can use whatever trading strategy that's working for you to get bread, but the
Yep.
overall goal is to spend the least amount of time in here getting the most. You know what I'm saying? And being able to be patient and trade that shit on them bigger time frames longer. Make no mistake, that's the goal. Get your money how you get your money. You know, sometimes you get in 10, 15 pips on a dollar lot size, it may feel good or whatever. But if we're talking about that sustainable long term bread, the long plays are where it's at.
Facts.
You
Facts,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Facts.
There's less noise on that month. You know, you go to the 4 hour, you fuck around been snatched by the biggest wicks everywhere. But on that motherfucking month and week, whatever, them wicks mean something.
Facts, bro.
Oh my goodness. Sir, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, fam.
I'm for
I'm
the
watching this beauty happen, fam. Like, that's just it's amazing on what you can do. But go ahead, Clint, man. I'm finna give me some bowl of cereal before I knock out.
I'm
Get a
trying
couple
to tell
games.
you, I'm about to let this bitch render, get a little something to grub on, and what time is it? 12:19. Yeah, I'm a check with my partner, see was he still trying to follow through and get on this passive income conversation. If not, I'm gonna knock out a little bit more work and I'm gonna be fucking around playing with this whole tonight. I need to set up some new shit. I've been trying out I was using for my voiceless what you call them all voicemails, ringless voicemail. I was
Uh-huh.
just Drop Cowboy for the longest, but Drop Cowboy pissed me off this past week because they were tripping all day and had like 174 of my shit sitting in the fucking pending for 24 hours. So when it finally
Okay.
did one out, it kind of pissed me off. So I've been looking for a new one. I've been coming across this one Sly something and another one. So
So you talking about for sending out voicemails?
yeah, my ringless voicemails because I was
Gotcha,
using
gotcha. I can get. I forgot which one that I'm gonna get the one that my homie Troy used. That's the one I
yeah.
know has a really good review. Just hit me up and let me know, and I can remind me basically, and I'll figure it out which river one
Okay, cool. Because
it was.
I had two that back in the day when I did some research. And I say back in the day when it was really like, I don't know, probably like last October, some shit. But
Yeah.
I had came across 3 of them, and I can't remember the 3, but I remember I went with Drop Cowboy. And Drop Cowboy done me well for a while, but the last 2 times that I've used them, they've been ass, so I'm not fucking with them anymore.
Okay, yeah, I can. Let me figure out which one it is, and then do me a favor
Mm-hmm.
and get a. I know the credit homie had been dealing. He had a baby and all that stuff, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
get a hold of him as
Oh yeah,
well.
he
You
moving
know,
and grooving too. He got them hoes popping off. Yeah, I was shit. I saw a shit on I talked to him about a couple of days ago. And then I saw some shit online, whatever, where he's got a influx of motherfuckers that's been getting in. One of my partners, the dude that's supposed to be coming over tonight, he sent me a screenshot of his credit because this shit was up. She was up 71 points to 619. He's like, bro, you told me a splash was coming. I was like, I told you, bro. For me doing it for myself or whatever, it's stuck around like 6-month process and all the shit, whatever. But like them motherfucker getting that shit done in like 2 or 3 months or whatever, moving and
facts. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure because I'm 3 months through my grace period for the loan, so I'm trying to get everything lined up. So therefore, when they do come, he can go ahead and get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know what
So
I'm
I'm just
saying?
trying to get a plan. So just like I said, let get. I don't know how we need to do it. I want to get a hold of them and make sure we all good.
Shit, I'm gonna tell him holla at you. I'm gonna fuck
That's
around
a
and talk to his ass tomorrow and just tell him holla at you. And I'm gonna post this video probably tonight. Well, I'm gonna let it render tonight because I gotta edit a few parts, a little part in here and there, whatever. So I'm gonna do a little thing, whatever. But I'm gonna post this
that's a
video
whole
probably
bit.
by the morning. And
That's a
then
whole
I'm
bit.
gonna get this whole man. Good looking on bringing not only this the strategy tester, which I've always seen, and I remember clicking on this bitch a while back when I was like, yeah, whatever the fuck this is, goodbye. You
On
know what
me.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck. And seeing how I was able to lay it in with, indicators and just being able to watch your chart and like really, you know what I'm saying, allow yourself to be in these moments, you know what I'm saying? So every moment's going to be new, but if you know what I'm saying, it always reminds me back to trading in the zone. The boy said, we want certainty. But if we were certain that uncertainty was what we were getting, we would have found that certainty. You know what
On
I'm
me.
saying? It sounds weird, but you find that certainty in the uncertainty. That
Yep.
knowing that the
Yep.
only thing I can really trust is my overall trend. The trend is your
Yeah.
friend. So
And it's your
trade
friend.
in
That's
that,
it.
just
That's
like
it.
you were saying.
So
But it's when
you
when
will win more by just trading your trend, bro.
man,
That's
bro,
it. That's it.
crazy. Day
So
one
that's
shit,
why,
dog.
and if you ever want me to talk about structure, and I can go, and that's probably one thing I'm probably most comfortable talking about. You ever want me to talk about structure again? I can always do it, man. I do understand structure a lot more now, and then understanding how trend affects structure of a
Mm-hmm.
particular pair. And that's just the reality of it, though. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get out of here, bro. I appreciate you getting on with me, and I expected, somebody else to be here, but I'm glad, we had a one-on-one.
Hey man, it's been like I remember it's been a time or two because like the information's out there, you know what I'm saying? If you find it along your journey and present it, you know what I'm saying, like bet, let's get in or whatever. I'm sure sometimes it's gonna be it's been a one-on-one between me and other folks, me and you and other folks have one-on-ones, without us or whatever. Sometimes we get on there and you just gotta be present. It's like being in the market, you know what I'm saying? Being present for the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? You
Right.
catch it and what you do with it is on you, but you be presented with it and it might have, if you it might have crossed your path for a goddamn reason. You know what I'm saying? You get a shot, and even if you end up not using it, you've learned from it and you've learned why. I never dismiss some shit like, oh, that's just not the way I do things. Whatever. No, it's not the way I do things because if it don't have because, you need to fuck around and learn from it. Be
Exactly.
teachable. You
It
know.
has to, yeah, I'm with you on that one, fam. I'm with you on that one.
Yes,
But like I said, brother, let me get this bowl sealed. Let me play one of my games on
Go.
Madden, bro, and we get on out of here. But for sure, man, go ahead and post us on the tube. Maybe be with a couple people that benefit from it, and then join the monetary, man. Have them boys come over, and so we can go ahead and help everybody win,
You know
fam.
what I'm saying? Straight up, fam. I'm in this hoe and have a good one, bro.
You too, bro. Be safe.
You do the same.
Peace.